What's up, you guys? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. Hey, everybody, come on in. I see that some people are. Sorry about that. Look, had a little bit of feedback. My apologies. Yes, but you guys come on in. I see Linda Gamble is in the chat. What's up? That is a moderator. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. You guys know what to do. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please drop your city and your state so we can do our roll call. And I will, gonna get it started, okay? All right. Thank you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Let's see. Here we go. You're moving too fast for me. Good evening. Cheryl said that Antigua is in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey there. I see New Orleans. What's up? Hey, New Orleans, Decatur, Georgia. Indianapolis, what's going on? Texas is in the house. Okay, Midland. What's up? What's up? Camden, New Jersey. Hey, we got NOLA again. Pittsburgh. ATL. Oh, it's moving fast for me now. Let's see. Good evening. Good evening. Irving, Texas. Texas again. Orlando, Mississippi. Hey, you guys, come on in, y'all. Pensacola, Florida. Mobile, Alabama. Philadelphia. Welcome, welcome. I see, hey, Diana from the ATL. Welcome, girl. Thank you for showing up for me today. Thank you for joining the chat. Fort Lauderdale. I have Wardoff, Maryland. What's up? Columbus, Ohio. Miami. Nashville, Tennessee. Tampa, Florida. Okay, y'all. Thank you. I love to see where everybody is coming from. Oh, check this out, y'all. We got one from Spain. Hey, Spain. What's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see the new places you guys are coming in from every time we go live. Someone said the Grenada is in the house. New York. Who else do we have? The Caribbean. What's up? What's up? Okay. Hey there, girl. Hey, hey. All right, you guys. So we're about to get this cracking, okay? Washington, D.C. is also here. Let me see how many of you guys are watching right now. We have 166 of you watching, and 74 of you have hit the like button. Go ahead and hit that like button, please, so that we can get it crunk in here. Even if you don't join the chat, which is always a good time, you can still hit the like button and just watch. That's cool too. Anybody that you see with a wrench behind their name, they're highlighted in blue. Right now I see Linda Gamble and Tasha Rains. These ladies are here to make sure that you guys have a good time in the chat, okay? So they are going to time out. I also see Nola Darling. They're going to time out anybody that you that may not be following the rules. The rules are no solicitation, no spam, no hate speech, okay, of any kind, no racism of any kind. We like to keep it chill over here, okay? We can laugh and have a good time with all that extra, if you know what I'm saying. So they're just going to make sure that you guys are keeping it cute when you talk about tonight's information. So we're going over, of course, we do two things now. We're going to do Bell Collective, and we're also going to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. I dropped a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville last night, and it was a good one too. So hopefully y'all caught it, because I actually listened back and I was like, did I do this? That's how fly it was. Okay, it was dope. Y'all need to watch it if you didn't watch it. I see East Africa. Check it out right now in Plymouth, Minnesota. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So we're about to get started, you guys. Let's see. There's also a join link if you would like to become a member and show that you are rocking with DYANAROZAY's channel. Like Rag, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, here we go. Is it Rabagi just became a member, just showed that they are rocking with DYANAROZAY. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for blessing the channel. Let's see what else. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys want to hit that membership button, anybody that you see with a blue circle with a star behind their name, those are already members, okay? And they might have different colors, and that just means that some have been here for a long time. Some are very new. Tasha Rains have been here for a little bit, so she got like a gold star behind her name. And then some people might have a blue one, and they are a little newer. So either way, you guys can become a member of the channel, just so you know. And I'm going to drop the join link in just just a minute. So join the panel link in just a minute. Okay. That's pretty much it. Those are the rules. 217 of you are watching right now. And 129 of you have hit the like button. So please hit the like button on your way in. Get me up to 200. Okay. I'm going to let 17 of you just sit back and do your thing. But the rest of you, go ahead and get me up. Okay. Now I'm going to take this banner off. Hey everybody, what's going on? I got my Mickey Mouse shirt on today. Check it out. Okay, I actually got this from Disney World too. So thank you guys for joining me. So let's get started, shall we? So hopefully some of you watched the show. If you watched the show, put them on in the chat. If you watched the show, let me see how many of you actually gave it a look. See, okay. Hey everybody. I see, is it Sakithia Wilder? She said, love you, Diana and fam. Okay. Let's see. Nola Darling, Tasha Rains watched. Okay, cool. That's it. Nobody. Oh, here they come. They're flooding in. A lot of y'all watched it. Okay. Bronx Girl, Nicole, Courtney, LaDawn, Sherry, Monica Taylor. Okay. A lot of you watched it. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Now I want to know if you actually liked it. I need you to put a 3 in the chat. Let's see if anybody actually enjoyed the show. Okay. Someone said I watched half. I watched half. Okay. Let's see if we can get some 3s. Any 3s? Not 1 3 in the house. It's a dry ass house right now. Okay. One person I see Dyana. Dyana said she liked it. Okay. It must be taking a little longer for me to see the 3s on my side. Okay, so there's a few 3s, not as many as we have the 1s. It looks like somebody said 2. They gave it a 2. They said they liked some of it. Okay, 2.5. Okay, thank you. Okay, then somebody got the laughing emojis with the little tears in their eyes. All right, now how many people watch my review? That's the other thing. If you watch my review and you liked it, go ahead and put a 5, because how could you not like it? Go ahead and put a 5 if you watched the review. Okay. Look, some of y'all asking, what are y'all talking about? Y'all showed up late. We're trying to find out who actually watched the show last night, and if they liked it. I wanted to see who watched my review. Okay, somebody said they gave it all 5s. Okay, Greenmakers was like the review was a bomb, a 5+, 5 fire. Facts. Listen. Okay, great. So if y'all missed the review, I'm telling you right now, go back and watch it, because when I do the lives right now, it's really for y'all to come up and give me your story, because I've already told mine. Okay, I'm going to do it that way from here on out, because I think it is just better to do, and y'all can let me know what y'all think. Now in the review, if y'all watched or if y'all saw my thumbnail, I actually said Tisha got the bill, because I forgot to actually add that, that when Melody said I'm gone, she was walking out the door and said, you got the bill, right? Okay. Tisha was like, yeah, I got it. She was like, okay. So Melody came in with her God bless you on your journey shirt. That was her basically saying, I already know I'm not with the shit, so you can do whatever you want to do, and Melody is still going to be Melody. Okay. Yes, the review was clear and concise. The review was bomb. If I could toot my own horn, okay, like Nene Leakes, tell him, Greg, I did a great job on that review. Okay. But y'all, Melody told Tisha to pick up the damn bill. You might be going through some things, but you about to get this salad. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. She said, I always rock. I always want to review Diana because you rock. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. So y'all already know what to do. I'm about to drop this join link in a few minutes. So I'll give you guys just a couple of the talking points that we went over, or what that the show did. Okay. You did that. I sure did. Thank you so much. Okay. So it was the comeback group meeting. So we got to basically picked up where it left off with the comeback group, and Marie screaming, you guys are stealing our idea, right? Remember that? And then Melody, the big scene for me is that Melody had to get on Tisha because Tisha was shutting down pretty much everything. Are we going to get paid? No, nobody's getting paid. And, you know, it just didn't seem like it was a meeting where people were trying to collaborate or make sure that everybody was on the same page. I said this in my last review. Tisha and Marsau ain't looking for people to be on the same page with them. This is their thing. They've already brought everybody in. They're going to do it their way. They don't give a damn what people think or what said. Kimmy has been the one who has been calling them out, not Melody, not Marital. Kimmy said, listen, y'all think we stupid, but there's no way you're putting this kind of expense into this event and not even getting reimbursement. You keep saying you're giving all the money to the community. That's a damn lie. And you think I'm stupid. And at this point, it's not even about the money for me, because I want you to take the name Comeback Group off. You can put Comeback Group Initiative. And a lot of you who had saw the flyer ahead of time, a lot of you were saying, why is this called a Comeback Group Initiative? So they actually showed us how it went down. Melody was still saying, I don't give a damn about the Comeback Group. I never wanted to be in it. I was cool with y'all dissolving it. I don't want to have any part of it. So that's what she has been saying from the beginning. But she was trying to, I guess, do what she was being asked to do, sit at the table, participate if necessary. She was participating in a very honest way. I don't want to be here. I don't want to, she didn't say I don't want to be here, but she didn't do a whole destiny. What she did was she said, I'm going to need baby steps in order to mess with y'all again, okay? And we can baby step this until the show goes off the air, as far as I'm concerned. But at this point, there's been too much bad blood for me to even sit here and fool with y'all, okay? That includes all of you, Scott 1-0 and 2-0, and my ex-husband. I don't trust you guys. I don't want to go back into business with you. I'm still in this situation with my ex that is very horrible for me. And all of you are sitting here talking about, well, what's the big deal? What's the problem? That goes to show you exactly how self-centered and just effed up these people are, because nobody's really trying to empathize with Melody at this point. Let's see what else you have going on. Mel shouldn't be given advice either. They used it and they don't give her credit for it. And listen, at this point, she's given them advice that you could probably get from a sixth grader. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like, at the end of the day, it's cool because it's funny. It's funny for us to watch these people pretend like they were business minded and had all of these things long before they ever met Melody. And Melody sat for season after season and let them speak things over her name. One of the things that I love about this season, because last season, Melody kind of timed out to me. She was, going through some stuff. And I know, I would say the last two seasons, she was going through stuff with Marital. People kept pushing stuff on her. She didn't even know how to, get a hang of things. And I know she had went to that, she went to a counselor, and she was like, I'm tired of this. I'm about to share my truth. I think this season, she finally told the truth, and she told the truth across the board. Martel's mama, the Scotts, whoever wanted it, they got it. And that's what I appreciated most. Okay. Let's see. And then at the end, because again, Marsau is trying to, oh, you can't hear me? Hold on one second. If you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat, because I might have an issue with the mic. I have a new mic. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, thank you. Okay, somebody must be coming in late. Sorry about that. All right. So anyway, at the end of it, Marsau sitting across the table talking about, well, what's the big deal? Isn't this a baby step? Isn't this a baby step? She's like, I don't give a damn what you think it is. I'm telling you, for me, the skin that I live in, I don't F with y'all. Okay, I'm just giving y'all the truth, the truth of it. I don't F with y'all, and I ain't gonna just jump in here in this business deal knowing that I don't mess with y'all. Business, you have to trust people, and I don't care if it's volunteer or not. What I'm not going to have you do is put my name on any damn thing, on nothing, and I don't trust you. Okay, so that's how Melody was playing it, and I think she did a damn good job. Okay, y'all can let me know what y'all think when y'all get up here. Let's see what the next one was. Oops, get my phone up here. The next one was the pole dancing classes. And that's where Melody and Nell got together. I know a lot of people have been not given Nell a whole lot of props. People have been feeling away because Nell had made that comment at Tiffany's baby shower. But Melody said, after the baby shower, Melody said that Nell has been one of the people who's been the most honest and genuine about her and her friendship and her feelings. In other words, she hasn't been putting any pressure on her. She, we saw the scene where she said, I just wanted to give you your time. And she was like, I understand and I appreciate that. So that's how Melody said it in when her and Nell first started talking again. But Mel didn't care. Nell is not to be trusted. Okay, and people are saying Nell is not to be trusted. I like Nell. I think that Nell has always had Melody's best interest at heart, even when they were married, when she was married, and she was trying to make sure that they were, doing what they needed to do for their family. I think some of this stuff we also have to remember is television, and that they have to do certain things to get a scene. So I'm not ready to throw Nell away yet. I think that Nell she was getting a scene, and I think that Melody she still engages her and has a good time with her. We've seen her hang out with her a couple of times, right? Nell just says whatever without maliciousness. And Nell has already described herself as a straight shooter. She's a person who just says what she says. So we can watch and see how things go along. A lot of people said that Nell, I think that Nell is just doing her job. Nell isn't evil and black-hearted. Yeah, Nell doesn't want anything from her. I'll put it like that, the way we've seen others want things from her. I would say that Nell is pretty comfortable with just being a friend and a friend who was always attempted to, or tried to help her. Even in the scene where she was like, in the pole dancing scene where she said, what's going on? Who are you with? We see you, on vacation and things like that. Who's that man's arm around you? And when Melody was sharing the story, and she was like, listen, I don't think I'm ever going to tell anybody who I'm with until I'm there, or till I'm married. Nell was like, are you serious? But at the same time, she nods her head and she lets that woman be in her space. When Melody said, listen, I didn't realize that I was sleeping with the enemy. I've never felt safe. Nell said, I understand what you're saying. And I told you guys, if just a couple of months ago, that within the last year, it was the first time I understood what it felt like to be safe, like in my skin safe. And that's a thing. And I think that's true for a lot of Black women in particular, because we always feel we have to protect ourselves, protect our children, protect our households. We're constantly in a state of fight because you don't know what is going to come for you at any given moment. But to be married and realize that the person who's putting you in harm's way is your husband, that's something else. So for her to say, listen, I wasn't safe in that relationship, I was sleeping with the enemy, is a big deal. It was a big deal for her to say. Even on the show, it was a big deal for her to say. And like I said before, it's all a process of sharing her story, telling people what's going on, along with airing Marital out. If people don't know what having a husband who has had an affair on you and messing around with this mistress and letting that mistress come for you and your children in your house, she's sharing her story. And that's why I like the show still. That's why I'm still rocking with the show, because that's honesty. That's honesty. We're asking for it. She's giving it. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Then we had Tisha and Marsau apartment shopping. Now this, y'all, this was funny to me. My little hat keeps coming up off my forehead. What was funny for me was Tisha and Marsau started off like hooking arms and going through, oh wow, this is bigger than our last apartment, and really, trying to play it off. Am I right? Like they was really doing something. And then all of a sudden, y'all, let's see. Sorry about that. I'm seeing if the chat is moving too fast for y'all. It is moving pretty doggone fast. Then all of a sudden, we go from that to Marsau saying, what if I kept MJ at the apartment with me, or at the house with me, because he helped me with the build out. I know a lot of you were saying that little scene where you saw the poles in the ground with Courtney and Marsau, you were like, that's the same thing we saw a couple of seasons back. That was actually black. That's where they're building out Tisha's office. So that's actually new poles, new framework that they were putting down for Tisha's office and another one. So it wasn't exactly the same one. The one that they showed us before was for black. That was for the black, I believe. Anyway, for the cigar bar. Anyway, Tisha and Marsau were trying to be on the same page at the beginning, and then we see them standing in the kitchen, and they're pretty far apart from each other. Tisha's on one side of the kitchen, Marsau's on the other, and then he decides to break the news. Why don't I just stay at the house and you stay here with the girls? Now, first off, the apartment they were looking at was only 2,000 square feet. I don't know how many square feet that house is, but it seems like the apartment would be small too. I mean, 2,000 square feet isn't that big. So for them to be like, oh, this might be okay, and then we can all stay here for 6 months, seemed like a lie. But it really seemed like a lie when Marsau said, well, I'm going to stay over there with the kiddo, and you and the girls can stay here. And she said, no, you're not using that as a bachelor pad. And it was weird that she would even say that in that conversation. What the hell? Why would you say that at all? And then Marsau tried to say, Tisha, what are you saying? Why would you say I would use that as a bachelor pad with my kids? The whole cheating conversation came up because they brought it up. See how things just pour out your mouth when you let people talk? Evie said the audacity of Marsau and Tisha to expect Mel. Is it Marital and Tisha to expect Mel to fall back and be at their beck and call, work for free? If they haven't dogged her out, she owes that scumbag group nothing. Okay. So I just thought that was interesting. I thought she told on herself personally. And I thought that Marsau sitting across there with his eyes like bucked open talking about, Tisha, this conversation is disrespectful. Do you see what you're doing? It's disrespectful. And then she was like, you're pissing me off like I was the other day, meaning when she was at the comeback group meeting. She said Mel pissed her off. And then Marsau decided to push it all back in Mel's lap. Well, if you thought you were pissed off, imagine what you're doing to me right now. They're not in a good place. They're not in a good place at all. Okay. Nola Darling said that was hilarious to me. Child, was hilarious to me too. I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? What is going on? So then that happened. Then Marsau and Courtney have a conversation about Junior, who is Stormy's cousin. And I guess they were raised like brother and sister. They're very close. Stormy had to fire him, or she did fire him. I don't know if she had to, but she did fire him. And then we get the Melody and Tisha conversation. Melody and Tisha sit down. Tisha invites her to lunch. She says she wants to get to the bottom of it. Why doesn't Melody just tell me no? She doesn't want to be in the comeback group. Now, I've heard Melody say no a couple of times. I don't know how else Tisha needed to hear it, but she sits down with Tisha. Tisha starts, asking how the girls were, and then what's it like to, split custody back and forth. Melody's like, we've been doing it for 3 years, so this isn't new for me, and I'm not sharing anything else with you about the court case. I'm in it right now. I'm not talking to Tisha about it, period. So she literally moved on with that damn conversation. But then she let Tisha know, because Tisha was like, why don't you want to be a part of the group? And, we really would love your support. You've been holding back on us. This isn't the old Mel. You usually take a leadership role. Why would I take a leadership role in some shit that has black with a QE on it? When y'all presented it, I told you, keep the name, keep everything. I like everything you're doing. Move forward as is. I don't want anything to do with it. And now Tisha's like, I would have loved to hear from you. Well, when people was asking her for her advice to do things, you was like, no, we can't do it. No, we're not paying. What you were looking for is for you to think you were beating her down a peg or two. And she was sitting at that table like, yeah, I got other things going on, like singing on tour with Eric Bellinger. Okay, so I'm doing other things. You guys can do this, okay, at that little shithole you call a cigar bar. How about that? But anyways, let's see. Mel never said remember. I'm not sure what that connects to. Someone said that Stormy's mother came across as mean and evil. I hope that's not how she really is, but I believe that would be a incorrect hope. Oof. Yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, Melody and her end up having a conversation where Mel says, listen, I'm not past the stuff that you guys said. This is going to take a little bit more for me. I need for people to show and prove that they've made some changes, not just we going to jump right back into this thing, because I'm not that stupid. I've already come out of something hard and messy for me. I'm still in something hard and messy for me. And now you asking me to jump into a third thing that's hard and messy. The answer is no. Okay. Unlike you guys, I care about my soul. I care about my spirit. I got to be a good mama to my kids tomorrow. And I'm not going to voluntarily put myself in some BS because you guys asked me to. So that was all a real honest conversation. I thought so. But Tisha still needed a yes from Melody on something, because she needed to take it back to the group so that they all could participate. And when she attempted to ask Mel, why don't you come with me to find spots? Melody started eating that salad, and she was like, mm-mm. And the way she said it too, I could tell that is how she says no to her kids about certain things, or they all do that. It's like a real cute So she started eating that salad, and there must have been such a loud in that scene that the producers actually put the sound effects of someone crunching when they chewed. So I thought that was hilarious. And then, of course, the last scene is Stormy, her mother Betty, her auntie Lisa, her cousin Junior. They all have a sit down, and I'm assuming that this firing has caused a wedge in the family, a wedge in the family, and the family already seems like they're at odds with each other. Stormy's mother, buddy, I don't know what to say. I was trying to put a name on it. I'm like, is she giving me what's Candy's mama name? Aunt Joyce vibes? Is she giving me Mama Joyce vibes? Like, does she believe that she spit out this millionaire so she gets to say to everybody else what happens, what doesn't happen, that type of thing? If she is playing herself like this, I mean, it could be that she's really this person. It's just that it's not making sense to me overall. I need to see more of the family dynamic between Stormy and her husband and her mama before they start feeding me the family dynamic between her mama's sister, because that doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm getting. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So I'm about to drop the link right now. Okay, let's see what time it is. 8:30. So let's see if we can get this wrapped up after a couple, maybe an hour or so. But I'm about to drop the link so that you guys can talk to me about everything that we discussed. If y'all saw anything in my review that I didn't bring up here, go on ahead and bring it up. I don't mind. If you guys have anything to say about Belle Collective, that was a somber Belle Collective for me. It got good at the end, but it was to be continued. So I'd rather talk about it next week. But here is the link. This is the membership link as well as the join the panel link. And I am pinning it to the very top. So if you guys would like to come up and talk to me about Love and Marriage Huntsville episode 11 or Belle Collective, the latest episode on Friday, where we got to see Gucci and them, y'all can. It looks like Gucci gets in a fight with her husband's ex-wife. That was weird, that they're having that type of animosity toward each other. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. Y'all can let me know what y'all think about Glenn. He lost his grandmother. I was not expecting them to show us that part, but they showed us that. That was kind of uncomfortable. But he tried to talk to his wife about it, and she was like, yo, I just want you to know that even though I'm here to, try to help you through your grieving process, we ain't back together. And he told her, listen, look how money changes people. You like Nunu right now. He's used to her being a certain way. When I go out and cheat, I expect to come home and do whatever I want to do. But now that I don't make the money anymore, or I'm not making as much as you think you can do whatever you want to me. And I was like, ooh. Tough topics. But anyways, let's talk. What's up, LaDawn?
Hey, beautifuls.
Hey, honey.
Hello.
Let me tell you. First of all, I think Love and Marriage Huntsville, finally, it's from the whole season, this was better. This was better to me
The
because,
last two episodes.
yeah, because it was like more focus on individuals like it should be. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I like that Mel was able to basically sit around them, read them, and still stand her ground and still be able to sit there and just not really be on their team and just letting them know I ain't feeling y'all like that, you know?
Oh, do I know? I said the same thing, girl. I said, listen, at the end of the day, Mel is being honest in her journey here.
Yeah.
Y'all can be cool. I ain't cool with it. Period.
Right. Right. So baby steps, Marsau. You
Yes.
act like he don't understand that. You think somebody gonna jump? So I really was happy to see that, and I'm also glad. Remember, Mel said the season of revelations. So I was happy that Letitia asked her out to lunch because once again it shows that she's in fear of Mel, that um she know how bossed up Mel is. She knows how much she needs Mel. She showed all that without saying the words. She was groveling and begging. Okay, before I don't need her. I'm the boss. I'm a boss. But Mel, everything the way it's being set up, it's all showing people for who they are on their own.
Thank you, LaDon. I said the same thing, child. Listen, at the end of the day, we got to really be paying attention to the dynamics and how this shit is working, how
Yes.
these are. That says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let people expose themselves. You can't just put the wall up. You have to let people show who they are.
It's better to see a person's character and how they do things than hear about what they do.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm glad to see that like that. You know, the scene with Tisha and Marsau, it was fake. Come on, Tisha. You don't got no pull. If he say he's staying there, that's what he's doing.
But
Stop it, Tisha.
I was just about to say, so is he staying there? Or did he basically say, fine, you take MJ and the girls, and I'm still staying over here?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He don't listen to her. We all know that. She ain't got no say. Just like he took her office. She don't got no say. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? He's
right.
lucky. She's lucky he even entertained, but they needed some kind of camera time. So he's lucky he even faked it to ask her like that and gave her those little bit of props, even
Right,
though he know he wasn't gonna listen to her.
right, right. I agree with you, child. Okay, how about anybody else? How about the Stormy scene?
Oh God, good Lord. I done smoked up all my stuff. Messing with that seed. She had me almost empty. Okay? That woman is loco. Now, I know it was a setup by Stormy. I feel, in my opinion, I feel like this whole scene was set up by Stormy because
Okay,
Stormy don't have no storyline. She's
okay,
flat. Okay?
flat.
So
Okay,
I think her aunt came over there with the intent of talking about the situation with the job. Really, I think the aunt was blindsided. That's why when Betty Kruger came out her mouth with that old other bull crapola, she was ripping that mic off, flipping out like, "Oh hell no, you ain't doing this." You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? What
mm-hmm,
do the job today got to do with his charge 15 years ago?
for sure.
You
She
understand?
was
It ain't got nothing to do with it. If your daughter wasn't running around town trying to be a superstar, she was
woo,
focusing on her business and wouldn't expect her cousin to run her business who's not in the hair field. You lucky he's working in your warehouse. Okay?
woo,
So I
woo.
think she was
You better
expecting
speak
too
on it.
much out of her cousin. And when things fall flat, her mama wants somebody to blame. She was looking at her own nephew like she hate him, like she
Yep.
despise him. And when that
Yep.
mother walked out, she kept saying, "You're an arrogant, stinking prick. You're a prick. You're a oh." She was like digging in him, and the look. Girls looks can kill. He would have dropped dead.
Mhm.
And then Courtney's big silverback gorilla self there with a chest
Oh,
smile, like he wanted shit to pop off. He was looking with that little smile, that sneaky. Oh,
you know what? He smiles all the time. I don't. At first, I was like, he. every time he is in a scene, he smiles. It don't matter what it is. He's just
Yeah,
always
but this
smiling.
smiles are different. You got to look at what smile he has on. There's a
Okay.
sneaky Chester cat smile, and then
Okay.
there's a high smile where you high and ain't nothing bothering you. Like
Okay.
when he's around Marsau and them, he just be smiling like, yo, I had to smoke before I came sitting with y'all.
Looking like the
You know,
damn
that
Joker.
kind of smile. But yesterday was a smile of deviousness,
Oh,
of
really?
to me it was. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what
I
I
got to
see.
look at that. Okay.
You
Okay.
know, but you can't really take me too much. I be high, so you just gotta, see for yourself.
Well,
But that's what
I
I
was like,
felt.
okay, I understand. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's how I felt. Okay. But I just don't get it. Stormy done messed up. She is selling her family for $1 without their permission. She should have asked if she was able. And then do you see how she tried to laugh off her little incarceration? When the aunt said, well, you was in jail. And
Yeah.
then Stormy said, oh, you're going to tell her I was in jail? Oh, the cat's out the bag. So what? I was in jail for 3 days. And the judge said, you good college student. You can go home.
I saw that.
Well, then why you didn't share that? That's a part of your story, right? And we being transparent. Why didn't you already share that? Wasn't you supposed to show us your life?
Yes, that's true.
Hmm.
So
That's
I'm gonna,
how.
stop right there just for a minute because I know we said we only doing an hour, but you know how it go. I'm gonna give everybody a chance and then come back.
Right. That's right. Okay. So let's go on to Cheryl then. Hey, Miss Cheryl.
Hello,
Let me know your
Dyana,
thoughts.
Rozay. How you doing?
Awesome. Have
Hi,
you been up
ladies.
before?
Yeah, Cheryl.
That's
Hi,
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
I'm so sorry. Yes.
Oh, that's Cheryl. She one of the girls.
Listen, I must be getting secondhand vibes from the computer screen. My bad. Okay. Hey, Miss
How you
Cheryl.
doing, Mama?
Okay. I'm good. I'm
Hi,
good.
ladies. Hi, ladies.
What's your thoughts?
Letitia, I thought you said Melody had a dark soul. Wait a minute. Hello?
I'm here. I'm here, girl.
Why do you want to work with someone and then again want to ride off her back for free?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I'm so happy Mel put her foot down. She said never on the reunion, and she meant never. What part do you not get? The lady spoke 3,000 different languages. Never. And yet you still want to ride off her back. When is she going to have some originality? When? She
You're asking me all the wrong questions.
I'm asking myself that. She got to really, I smoke too, but she's smoking something stronger than what I'm smoking. And
Okay.
she think Melody going to work with her.
Okay.
Melody's done with her.
Well, I think she knows it. I think she knows it deep down. To be honest, I think they all had that meeting. Carlos King said he had to go down and say, "Hey, listen, we got a big thing here. We got money coming in. Are y'all really trying to throw this away?" And they all said, "We gonna walk the walk to do what we have to do." But they're gonna sit at the table and do their thing. At the end of the day, the Scotts 1 and 2.0, that's a family. That they're there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Melody and Marital, they're divided. They're divorced, and I don't see they're coming together yet. Right now, they are in court-ordered therapy. It sounds like just to co-parent. So that's a done deal. Mel is on an island by herself, and we see Kimmy attempting. I'm gonna say attempting to not look like she's helping with the bullshit.
I don't trust her. I think she is. I don't trust her.
Attempting is a good word.
I understand, but what I'm saying is previously it was everybody all in. Right now we see Kimmy trying to separate herself. And by separating herself, I mean where Melody used to be, I'm going to be the person who set y'all straight. Now it's Kimmy. And she even kind of said, when I see things wrong, I'm going to say, but we had not seen her do that as much, right? But right now in the meeting, she was the main one saying, this is BS. This is BS. You a lie. You was the one who would cause all the dysfunction. I'm going to show you the letter that you wrote asking to leave the group. And you can't even leave what the hell you got going on at your house. Like all of those things was new for us watching, on the other side, because before when they were all a group, when they first came back as a comeback group, it was Scott 1 and 2.0 who said it was the hopes that was full of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
the Holtz that tried to pull the rug from up under us. It was the Holtz that was doing dirty business. Now she's coming to the table with a different perspective.
And Stormy, I don't care about this stupid ass storyline. When are people gonna get their body glaze? When are people gonna get their orders?
Oh, they're still not getting
When?
worse.
People are saying they still haven't gotten their orders for the body glaze. When are people getting their orders?
Child, I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't realize that people were still having a hard time.
yeah, I mean, Betty Stankin Kruger, I can't stand that lady is so evil. I was hoping the sister probably smacked her into another life, but she just so sickening. Like she's so evil. And she looks evil. Now I see why she's jealous of Melody. I see the way she looked. I see why she's a little jealous of Melody. She's jealous. Period.
It definitely feels like that. It
Yeah,
definitely feels like that.
she's jealous, as Uncle Wanda said, a legend. She's she's jealous. So she need to stop it. Like it's ridiculous. But I kind of like this episode. This episode was pretty good.
Okay.
Marsau and Letitia faking the funk as usual. He don't want to live with her. He doesn't want to live with her. He want that apartment. That's his side apartment for his side chicks. That's what that apartment is for. We know what it's for. He don't want to live with her. Because why somebody got to convince you that you're going to live with us as a family? Why you even have to say that? That's something that he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be there with your family.
Her saying you're not going to turn it into a bachelor pad says to me that she don't trust him. She's basically saying, I know that you be out here hoeing, and I don't trust you. Because you wouldn't even say that when your son is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And that's why he said to her, Tisha, my son is going to be there.
Right.
And Tisha said, yeah, but he go to school, camp, and other places. You still can sneak.
She basically said, I don't even trust you with that. Exactly.
I could not be married to a man who I don't trust.
That's dirty.
And I got to go through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
What I need with him, kick rocks with no socks and flip-flops.
Oh,
Please.
Girl. You said it. Okay. Okay. How about you, Miss? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay. How about you, Miss Ty? What's up?
Hi. How you doing?
Hey, girl.
Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you fine.
Okay. So look, I had some stuff I wanted to say, right? But so I'm looking on the screen and I see Tisha's cousin. Is that Tisha's cousin's profile up here?
Kiki?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kiki, can you hear me? Kiki?
That's funny she mentioned that. I saw that too. Kiki.
I did too.
Yeah, I'm eyeing that picture like, who is that?
Kiki, yeah.
That's not Kiki.
That's not Kiki, though. That picture ain't of Kiki.
The picture isn't Kiki Jabbar. Okay.
No, okay. Because it looks like Kiki up there. Because I was going to say, I know she probably saying not too much on my cousin, but hey, it is what it is.
What you got going on? What you want to say? Spill the beans.
I just want to talk about that scene when Melody and Tisha had met. I was trying to figure out what part of no Tisha didn't understand. I mean, Melody said no like 50,000 times without saying N-O.
She did. I think that it felt like she needed to just make sure she was a part of it. And don't ask me why. I don't know what pressure she felt to make sure she was a part of it. But when Maurice was like, no Melody, no me, maybe, I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe production said, this doesn't work without the entire group, so figure out a way. Y'all work it out, figure out a way to get everybody at this event.
I think maybe Maurice and Kimmy really don't want to do it, but just want to say, if it's no Melody, no me. They probably don't even want to do it.
You're probably right.
Another thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, at the end of the day, Kimmy was like, you're not going to call this the comeback group. Like, you're going to have to change the name. So clearly, there is some friction between them. And they already said that there was friction because at the beginning, Tisha said, they sound too much like the Holtz right now. They done took the Holtz place. They need to be a scat.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, Maurice is full of shit. He said in the same breath, he said, I'm not worried about the sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right after that, he said, but I do have sex on my mind all the time. So what you gonna do if your wife is telling you she not in that mood? You know, that's not, it's not it for her right now. You can't control your sexual urges. You
Mhm.
just have to have sex.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And who want to be laying under that damn rug bed anyway?
I don't
He
know.
he is not the hottest thing on the block. Him or
Exactly.
Muscle.
Ugh.
And the only thing Martell really got going for him is built like a goddamn He-Man dog. That's about it.
Mm.
Cause his lips be ashy as shit.
Ty
So
starting already, huh?
I'm just saying. But I missed 30 minutes of this live. What did y'all say prior to me getting on here?
Hmm.
Any hot topics?
Any hot topics? What did you say?
Any hot topics? Any highlights that you said before?
Oh, the highlights. So we had Tisha and Melody. Then we had the excuse me, the comeback meeting. Did you see anything in there? And then we have who's the other one? Stormy.
Stormy.
What did you
Oh
think of
my
Stormy
God.
and her mama?
Stormy. Let me tell you something. I don't know what the hell was going on. They went from the cousin not working to screaming and howling about $15,000 worth of bail money. Now, my thing is, Stormy was so extra. You can't. Girl, relax. They ain't even throwing no blows in there. Calm down. She was more hyped than her cousin was, and it was about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the cousin's mom, she really blew it up. She made it more than what it was. She could have been like, we ain't talking about that. We talking about such and such. She done went outside. I thought she was going to get in her car and leave. She done went sat down. Then she went to the damn bench. Girl, what's really going on up in here?
Facts.
All that for a moment. We're not even interested in that. We want to know about that warehouse, that dog with that collar, and what's going on with your business and why these people not getting their products. That's what we want to see.
Hmm.
All good questions. All good questions.
Marcel
Hopefully
and
we get to see
Tisha.
it for the next season because all of that would have played out for filming next season.
Okay, well, Marcel and Tisha, look, that realness is showing through. I don't care how much they're trying to mask it. Now, there was this one YouTuber, I haven't seen her in months. She broke this story so many moons ago about them
Break
not
it
living.
for us. Break it for us here.
Huh?
You said they broke the story. Break it. Go ahead and break it down.
That they weren't living together. Do you
Mhm.
remember that story floating around?
Mm.
Now, last year I told you guys that they were in some sort of separation because
Mm-hmm.
Marceau and Tisha, Marceau kept playing love songs to Tisha, saying people's trying to
Right.
break our love up and stuff like that. Then we got that back scene that was a part of the fourth season, discussions. But
Okay,
now,
well,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, the thing about that is that's real. That's really going on right now. What's happening right now, right there. I know
Hmm.
a lot of people think it's fake, but Tisha can't play fake too good. She can't even fake. Tisha can't fake too good. That's just her expressions, her demeanor, her lips, her teeth, her eyes, her cheeks, all that get to twitching and looking crazy.
Hmm.
More so, like I see what his tactic is. If they talking about something like when he was talking to Tisha about whatever they was talking about and Tisha rolled her eyes, that's the first thing he went for. Oh, why you gotta roll your eyes? And then he went to that subject. Stay on the same subject.
Right. He's letting her know, Tisha, you are basically everything we talked about in the car. You messing up.
Mm-hmm.
You telling everybody everything. You're just supposed to come in here. We're supposed to politely talk about this. And Tisha said no.
Cause Tisha not over it. Tisha is not over the fact that she really can't be Mel friend. Let's just call it what it is.
And she
She
can't be
wanna
Mel. And she can't
she
be
wanna
Mel.
continue to try to hurt her. And now look, she did it again. Remember when they was at the meeting and she said, and whatever else Mel does, she said the same thing sitting in her confessional, and she hollered about I can respect I think she said boundaries or what I can respect the boundaries Mel have, No, for whatever Mel has going on, girl, she just listed down to you. She just listed down to you. See, that right there is why nobody don't really want to fuck with you. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You good. Go ahead.
But that's why people don't want to mess with her. Because she do stuff like that. Well, she only do that to Mel. That's the only person she do that to.
You're right. You're right. But Mel is her deepest competition. Like, she has that
but she in competition with Mel, and Mel is not in competition with her.
Right, but that doesn't stop her from having a competitive spirit. She has it with her cousin Kiki. She has it probably with any woman that she fears is doing better than her.
That's her own insecurity she got to work out. And you know who keeps her in that insecure place? Marsau.
Mama and Marsau.
Marsau so much now because he ran her mama away. Let me tell you something. First season Wanda, everybody loved Wanda. Because Wanda was really telling what it was. Wanda had that same suspicion. Yeah. But all of a sudden, Melody tried to ruin her marriage. Wanda came on here season 1 and was calling Marsau out for being sneaky.
I've got my eye on you, Marsau. I remember. She used to terrorize Marsau.
Remember when she followed him in the car? She followed him in the car.
To terrorize Marsau and be like, Tisha. Yes, I do remember. It was a great thing because it stayed in their house. It was filled out. That was like, oof, this ain't good.
Yeah, y'all should have stayed on that lane right there. Work on y'all stuff and let us see how that play out since you want to be on reality TV. No, you had to go over here and jump on a woman who helped y'all get on. That is so crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's all I wanted to see.
Okay. All right, we'll mute up and then I'll have Kim tell us what she thinks about the show. What did you like about Saturday's episode? Do you want me to do the highlights again, or you know what you want to discuss?
Can you do the highlights for me, please?
Yeah, so we did the comeback meeting first. Then we had we had Melody and Nell at the pole dance, right? Then we had Tisha Marsau apartment hunting. We had Marsau and Courtney. I don't know if that was a big deal. No. Then we have Tisha and Melody have a sit down about joining this Black initiative. And then we have Stormy and her mama.
Okay, well, we'll start with Tisha and Melody with their little thing.
Okay, okay.
The thing about it is, at the end of the day, everybody on that show sat back and watched Mel go through everything she went through. Mel put on every single person that's on that cast. And for them all to sit there and basically like deny her feelings, act like what she's saying is not what they're seeing as well, is sickening. And it's triggering. And with Tisha at first, when it first came on, I kind of liked her, but then her colors started showing. Like, she's in competition with every woman on that cast, from Mel to, she's not going to be in it with Stormy too much, but it's coming. But Kimmy, like anybody that's actually doing something with their lives, she has a problem with. And the two people that keep her there, like you said, is Marsau and her mama. Her mama started it off first. Her mama make it seem like she's this meek, mild person that can't speak up for herself, can't stand up for herself. But yet you see her constantly going at Mel. Oh, you got a black heart. Like, all that messy crap is sickening. Like, grow up. You got children, and then you got a daughter that's sitting here watching you be messy. Like, that's not even cute in like the slightest way. You understand? It's sickening. Where everybody's grown. And as far as, I would say, Marsau with the moving out thing, come on, ma'am. Stop playing in our faces. Everybody, that was your husband's back that was all over the internet. You can play if you want to. We know that was him. Like, you know what's going on. And you sitting up here making everybody else think that our eyes ain't seeing what our eyes are seeing. No, ma'am, open your eyes and look, because everything is right there in your face. Just like when he did that interview with that girl when they brought up and was saying, oh, that's not, oh, nah, she's this and she's that. You know, I would never mess with a married man. I got a business. Ma'am, shut up. Because you I could see that something was going on between you and Martell. Y'all can fake in front all you want. Just like his eyes light up every time he sees Melody. His eyes lit up with that girl on the damn screen. Like, stop it. Like, it's sickening. Like, Kimmy, I like her too, but I think she tries to be a people pleaser with everybody around her, and she doesn't understand. Yeah, because like, she stands up for herself when it comes to Tisha, but then in the same breath, you get pulled right back into the same crap, and you know it's crap. Like, it's okay to tell somebody, look, like, we might be sisters-in-laws or whatever, we see things differently or whatever like that, but we both got our own lives. Don't be expecting me to speak up for you. Don't expect me to always stand behind you when you're doing stuff that's not right. Like, if I tell you that you're offending someone, you don't sit in my face and make excuses, because that means you're telling me that if I tell you you're saying something to offend me, you're gonna make excuses for it. And she has done that.
So Kim,
yes,
she did do that in second season. Kimmy went against Tisha first season at the reunion.
She did.
She did. First season at the reunion, she says to her, "What you did was wrong. You're trying to tear down this woman's marriage. Tisha, watch your mouth." She tells her that. Tisha,
she did.
She sure did.
Sure did. Tisha's second season comes to her and say, "If you're my family, then you ride with me. You don't go with anybody else." And as it went downhill, Tisha and her mama came for Kimmy every chance they get, all the way to the third season reunion, when Tisha's mama got on there and said, "Me and Kimmy damn near the same age, so if she want to go toe to toe with me, that's cool, but she can't go after my daughter." And then she said that she basically used to talk about Melody like a dog with Tisha. So
I remember.
She's doing it with Mel, and that's why they didn't trust her. And then she ended up, and this is T. She went on Carlos King's show and actually said she had to make a call to them and say, "Kill this storyline, because it's literally destroying my family."
Yes, I remember that. But but she still
backslid. Kimmy backslid.
Yeah, exactly. She did. Like, and you can't do that. Like, I can be friends with anybody. I've had friends that, this one doesn't get along with this one or whatever. Listen, if we're gonna be around in the same atmosphere, okay, I understand that you both don't like each other, but I'm not gonna sit here and choose, like, because I like you both. You understand? And Tisha, it's like everybody keeps coddling her. And it's like, come on, it's not cool. Like, she's grown. Her mom does that. Everybody sees it. Her storyline is fake. She's fake. Her husband's fake. Like, everything about her is fake. To that fake ass she got. So she's fake. Like, nobody stands up and nobody says anything to her. Like, nothing. Like, how are we gonna be friends? How can I be friends with you if I can't be honest with you?
And
how can I be friends with you if I can't hold you accountable? Like, that's not cool.
Kim, everything that you're saying is what has been the problem with Tisha. That everybody said the problem with Tisha was since season 1. Everybody has said exactly that. Tisha's spoiled. Tisha does not take any accountability. Even her husband said it. Her husband said it when they was up there at the bedrock. He said that Tisha and Martell were just alike.
Yes, they are.
Martell said that to his brother on the bedrock.
But at the end of the day, like, are we gonna just keep letting it go? We gonna just keep letting delusions be delusions? Like, no. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you're not strong enough to be around these group of people, say that and bow out gracefully. That's all I'm saying. Like, to sit up here and come after Mel season after season after season, all because she chose to leave a man who blatantly couldn't keep his stuff in his pants, couldn't keep his stuff at home. You understand? And then you got a mistress running around here being disrespectful in the YouTube streets like she's something and she ain't. Like, come on, be clear about the thing. Also, Stormy and her mother, oh, Jesus. I'm going to say this about Stormy. I'm going to be honest. Like, her products do work as far as the hair thing. Like, I can say that. I know I don't purchase it from her directly. I go take my ass to Sally Beauty and I get it. Like, but her she does have a good product. But at the same time, ma'am, you doing what you doing on TV is not cute. It's making me look at her like, damn, I think I need to find another hair thing that does what her stuff does. Like, because this is not cool. Like, you're uncool. You're on TV. You want to say you're not ghetto, but you act ghetto in every scene. Like, make it make sense. You stirring up the pot constantly. But then when somebody asks you questions, like when your aunt did, oh, cat got your tongue. Like, was holding that shit for dear life. Like, you stuck. You don't know what to say. Like, no. At the end of the day, you another one that uses your mom as your mouthpiece. Because your mom needs to learn that everything ain't for her. She grown. She gets that. She ain't dumb. So at the end of the day, when are you women going to sit there and tell y'all moms, listen, mom, I'm grown. I can handle my friends. I can handle my business. And if you can't respect that and stop speaking like you're me or for me, mom or no mom, yeah, I got to leave you alone. Because toxic is toxic.
Let me ask some people in the chat, because you done just brought something up. I had a very strong mother with a strong personality, and I can say that she and I used to go at it, but we had respect for some things. Like, I don't know, I don't remember this relationship manipulation shit
right
like I'm seeing with Stormy. So I'm asking people in the chat, if you know someone, or if this was an experience you had with a mother or a mother-in-law, put a one in the chat. Do y'all know anybody where you can relate to the relationship that Stormy and her mother Betty are having on screen, where Stormy's being this docile, I don't know what to do or say with her mother, but her mother is ruining her friendships and relationships? Let me know. First, I'm going to say eBoogie11, thank you for the blessing to the channel. She said that Tisha did that Reno live because of Kiki. But that, or the renovation, but that house wasn't that small. And she said that they weren't renting it, and they would be turning it into an Airbnb. Okay, girl, interesting. That's some news. I was saying the apartment seems smaller than the house when they said 2,000 square feet. But okay, I have a lot of ones in the chat. There's a lot of people who are saying that, yes, they've had experiences with an overbearing mother or mother-in-law, and that they were played docile, and they may have been ruining relationships. That's what so I'm just asking. Sometimes when it's not our experience, we believe that it, don't happen, but they're saying that it did happen. Someone said, number one, hold on. One, all I think of in regards is to your ex's mom. She was a BIH.
Yeah.
Where Stephanie said, absolutely not. Stephanie said, has no circumstances. Peggy put a 2 in the chat. I didn't even ask for a 2, but I guess Peggy said absolutely not too. Okay, girl, I'm so sorry. Finish what you were saying. I just wanted to know if anyone else had the experience, if they were able to relate to it. I'm not able to relate to it, but I try to pick things out that I think might match. Like, I saw Candy with her mother, and Candy, even though I think Mama Joyce is super overbearing and controlling with her relationship.
Oh gosh, is she?
Candy, we have a backstory behind it. I know that Candy is her mama's, last child, that she had lost a child. And so she probably feels super overprotective over everything because she lose that child while she's here. So that's just my thinking about it. But Candy's supposed to go to therapy with her. I'm wondering if they're going to do it on the show. But anyway.
But it's like, I get it with the overbearing, but at some point, like, okay, let's be clear. We're watching how Wanda interfering in Tisha and Marsau's relationship or marriage is messing it up. Like, so at some point, yes, Mom, I love you and I respect you, and you raised me right. You raised me to make the right decisions and to do right by people, but I don't need your help here. Like, and sometimes when you have overbearing moms, they put things that they went through in their life, they sometimes put it on their kids, and you have to understand your kids didn't go through that experience. You did. So you need to go heal, because you're inadvertently putting your kids in harm's way because they're thinking they have to be this way, and maybe they don't. Like, maybe that doesn't work for them. You understand? Like, you don't get to interfere, because how would our parents feel if we felt the need to interject in their marriage?
Yeah.
And tell mommy, you're talking to dad wrong or whatever. Like, they wouldn't like that, because what would it be told us? You're a kid. You know what I mean? Seen and not heard or whatever, or this ain't between. Yeah. And you have to go sit down somewhere and mind your business. So it's no different. Like, I think the moms don't got enough going on in their lives. Stormy's mom definitely don't, because her whole demeanor is just mean. I hate is a strong word, but I can't stand seeing that woman's face. on
Ugh.
screen. Like it just irks me. It triggers me to like I want to punch the screen.
Huh.
Like because she's terrible. Like you don't understand that you doing this, you're ruining your daughter's business. Or is that what she's trying to do? That she don't want her daughter to have anything? I mean, Stormy needs to really look at that.
I don't think that that's the case. I think that her mom is probably really proud of Stormy's success, and I think that she believes that she is that outside manager. She believes that she's the fifth member. What was that show he was watching? SWV.
Yeah, but you ain't,
Mhm.
ma'am. You ain't in the lab. You did you hire these people? Like, yeah, nah, sit down somewhere. Like,
She didn't go
especially when
pack
you're
up no orders and get them
yeah,
out
like
there.
when
Sure
my
not.
Well,
mom,
y'all don't know
mom,
that. Y'all don't know if she
mom,
helped,
you're
but
benefiting. She ain't pack up nothing. We being
All I
nice.
do
She
is
ain't
see her
pack up
sitting.
nothing.
I don't see her
She ain't
doing
pack up
nothing.
nothing but that nose to her lip. That's it.
well,
I
then
have to
the
interject.
the
I do
ugly
have
inside.
to
I'm
interject
sorry.
because I actually live in the city that Stormy is from, and
Okay.
that is not true. Her mother has always been an integral part of her business, and so I don't think that
Oh,
her
no,
behavior
this
now.
is Kiki. Let me make sure that I call your name, Miss Kiki. Welcome to the panel. Have I had you up here before?
Yeah, you have. I
Okay, you changed your picture.
yeah, I did. I had like on a baseball cap.
Okay, okay, got it. So you're saying that you are familiar with Kiki, or not Kiki, you're familiar with Stormy and her mother, and that her mother was very, you said she
Yeah,
was in
she
business?
yeah, because Stormy she started out as a doing hair.
I
And
Cosmetic.
so
remember.
yeah, and then I know that her mom they like built her like her own like she shed, I guess,
Hmm.
for hair out of. Then she opened up like a multi-service salon here in my city. So honestly, and that's as far as I want to go with it, but I will know her mother has always been a part of her business before she even started. Well, I think that even in the formulation
Well,
of her
there you
product,
have it. Her mama is the fifth member. There you go. Okay.
And good for
But
her,
Her
but
mama go. Her mother going
that
overboard
does
though.
not
Come
give her
on.
no right to be
yeah,
ugly inside as much as she's ugly outside.
right,
Exactly.
Regardless if she helped or not. Her behavior, her characteristics, and her traits is nasty.
right.
Period.
Going
Okay.
That's
after
a
her
fact.
friends and all that. Come on. She going
Yes, it's
overboard with that.
terrible.
Okay.
Just just like somebody said, she calling her own sister bees and hoes on TV.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, that's how they talk to each other.
No, that's you not talking to me like that, ma'am.
Threatening her
Like,
son. Threatening her
like I'm
son.
grown. Like this is the thing. You can't like these elders. Like they want all this respect, but you got to understand. You are also talking to young women and young men. Like you
Exactly.
cannot talk to them like this. Like and
Exactly.
think that they're supposed to respect you. Like no.
I
see,
hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna let Kiki finish up with her thoughts because I think that we're gonna move to her to finish
Yes,
what she
ma'am.
thought about the show. But you guys can stay up. I need you to mute though.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Miss Kiki. Do you need highlights again, or are you gonna
no,
go? Okay, go ahead.
but just really to put a pin in the Stormy and her mother, I think that the thing is that it's not even about age. I don't think, and I don't think that's familial stuff, and I think that that just comes from their relationships and the flaws in their relationship, the way that they communicate, and
Mm-hmm.
because I'm from the city, that they're from, um, that's just it's not right, right? Me and we don't address each other like that. But I think that that's who she is, and I think that it's important for Stormy because she has built a great products, and a great brand. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that she should have came on reality TV
Okay.
because, and I think,
Bingo.
that
I agree.
Carlos King
Me
flew down
too.
as he says, and he told them, y'all gonna have to do something because I'm hearing from production and stuff that there's some issues. And I think that when you are trying to solidify and keep another stream of income, that sometimes you don't think about the one that actually put you where you are. And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't bother me because as a brand, it's not a good look. It wasn't a good look when she cursed out that vlogger. It's not a good look, and her husband used to do a lot of skits. And the one that I remember seeing on Facebook was the one where her and her husband reenacted the Friday scene And so, when someone was saying that he's always smiling, I don't think there's anything sinister or, malicious behind his smile. They've always done skits. So to
He is
hear him,
always smiling. Stormy, and I only saw the skits too, but someone said that she had a YouTube channel where she did like a reality thing for herself. So her wanting to be on a reality TV has always been, she's
Yeah.
always wanted that. That was a part of her, dreams as well. So that's number one. I never watched it though, so I want to say that. But I did watch her skits. Like I saw the baby boy one, which I thought was hilarious. But I believe
was
I've seen
good.
all of them.
That
Which is-
smile was sinister.
But he
It may not have
smiles
been
a lot.
sinister to you. That specific smile was sinister, like
Okay.
it was a plan.
But see,
That's
my
what I
son
saw.
smiles all the time too, like he does. He's
I'll have
always
to go
smiling.
back and watch it because when I saw it, I was just like, oh, okay, that he definitely is a smiler. Like it don't matter what the situation,
That's
he
my son.
smiles.
My son's like that too, always happy.
It was two smiles in that scene, Diana. One
Okay.
when he was standing up, and one.
Nobody's saying there's nothing wrong with him smiling a lot, but this
Nothing wrong
specific
with it
smile
at
was
all.
different.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Miss Kiki, was that it? Did you want to continue?
I think that the thing is that I think that this issue with Tisha and Mel, I think about it from a spiritual standpoint. And I think that Mel is going to come to a place where she has to decide between God's calling and purpose on her versus her staying on the show. Because we say, she's kind of out there by herself, but usually that's what God does anyway, right? She's not going to be able to coexist with those whom God have not called to be in her space. And so I think that there's going to be a point where she's going to either have to continue to entertain production and Carlos King, or she's going to have to say, look, let me step back from the cast part of it and just try to collect my coin as one of the EPs. And I think that that's even bigger, the issue with Tisha. Whatever, this is a spiritual thing, and it's really, in my opinion, Tisha is just showing her it's such an inadequacy in herself. And sometimes when people admire you a lot, they hate you more. Because when you look at Melody and you see a woman who, Tisha, I'm pretty sure, as Kiki has said, and I'm not Kiki, but as Kiki has said, she said, Marsau gave her a little feeling that he might be tipping. So when Tisha looks at Melody and when Kimmy looks at Melody and anybody else, they're like, this woman left with 4 kids and one of them a newborn and said bye. She built a brand. She has continued to build that brand.
And Kiki, answer me this. Don't you think that men like Maurice and Marsau would be completely threatened by that action? Because they are so much, you need to follow me and do what I say. Not just Marital, right?
You know what? So that when you look at some of the previous season's episodes,
yes,
when Marsau used to smile so hard up in Melody face, okay?
Facts.
I think, and it was when Tisha found out during the reunion that Marsau and Mel talked that day or night when she found out about Ariana for sure, that Tisha was like, oh wait, he called her, y'all talked.
Yep.
I remember that.
He said you took her to the bar for a drink, and she stopped everything again out of character. Wait a minute, what did you do? Like, I never heard this part, and he was looking at her like, why are you acting up? Cut it down. He said, your mother called me. Melody's mom called him, right, and said, please get over to the house right now to make sure that they are okay. And then he was calling Melody, and they met in a parking lot. But you're right. Tisha lost her damn mind on that stage. And I kind of
did.
If that was the breakdown with that friendship. Because remember, they were cool right up until that moment.
Yep.
She invited her to her house and everything. But when Tisha heard them words,
it was over.
At the seasons after that, they don't communicate like that no more.
Right.
Marsau and don't communicate like that no more. And I'm gonna tell you, behind closed doors, Tisha told him, you better not ever boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Because now that's why she don't have nobody. And you're right, yes. Maurice and Marsau are threatened by women like that, but they also, I think,
are attracted.
to a woman like that. And so the struggle with them is, dang, that's why Marie says, I'm not doing it if everybody ain't involved. Because at the end of the day, they still want to see her in action because they know she bad at what she do. They want to see her come in that room, and as Russell Wilson said, tilt the room. Because when she walks in that room, she tilts the room. They want to see her in action. And that's what's bothering everybody.
All remember her win. They all remember her when she was in this relationship with Martel. Martel was giving her the blues. They never thought she was going to break up with him. She leaves with this baby on her hip, and she still does everything she said she was going to do in their face.
And that's favor. And see,
that's a lot.
Happy there.
And don't forget when Martel went on the after show with Carlos King, whatever his show is called on OWN, and said, when Tisha, I hope Tisha never finds out what Marsau really is doing.
Yep.
Break her heart.
He sure did.
It was personal.
Yeah.
He said that based on knowing these group of men who thought, as long as I'm bringing in a certain amount of dough, y'all gonna stay right here. Y'all gonna keep getting pregnant. Y'all gonna stay in the house, and you're not doing nothing else.
Yep.
And I think that with Kimmy stepping up the way that she is, in my opinion, what I think, Dyana, is that Carlos went to her and said, look, Melody may leave the show, and we need another likable person to start stepping in that space. I need you to speak up a little bit more. I need you to boom, because Kimmy's never been like that in meetings, right? So I just see it as Kimmy's like, okay, I might be the next batter up. So let me go ahead and kind of start stepping in there and kind of calling them out a little bit more. That's what it looked like to me. I think that they were bringing Tisha in. We know that Carlos just thinks that she's amazing. So he really was trying to push Tisha into this boss businesswoman position, and she's leaving with egg on her face. And just audacity for Maurice to think that Melody would teach their attendees for free.
Exactly.
Rap course that she's charging $3,500 for. Like, do they think they really think they're playing with somebody who don't know what they're doing?
Yeah, and they act like that Melody doesn't know that are using her likeness to get people to come in.
Wanted something. She was like, well, can you come to the space? Because maybe if you come to the space, they'll give it to us for cheaper. They want her to co-sign on something. So
they know she gonna bring the money.
So and so I think, to me, when I watch the show, I don't want to see Storm. I think that Stormy's. I don't think Stormy has a storyline. There's no shade to her. I think these are just moments, right? I think there's those gotcha moments. So they know she's bringing something. But to be honest, I just feel like she needs to focus on her business and those because this is seasonal, this reality show. And Nell, I'm on the fence with her because I just think that I don't know. As a friend,
Me too.
I'm not fixing to sit at no table and listen y'all talk about Martel.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get up and go refill my drink, baby, or go get me some more of that chicken salad off the table. I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna do that. And so I think that's what is a problem with it, is that it's so much poking and prodding from production and Carlos King to get these gotcha moments, to get these good little bits that sometimes people forget the level of loyalty that they should have. And so, I think it's just
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. For the first 9 episodes, it was like watching paint dry, because we couldn't get anybody to interact in a way that was moving the show. So I think these last 2 episodes, even though it may have felt uncomfortable, we are also getting people showing up and giving their honest.
Know what? I think it's from all the stuff they've recorded.
Semi-honest.
And I think that what Carlos King did is say, production, let's go back through everything we've recorded, because whether he wants to admit it or not, when we decided to black out Love and Marriage Huntsville for that horrible scene that really antagonized it at the skating party. For me, I don't watch his recaps like that. But if he has somebody on interesting that I would normally follow anyway, I watch. And what he kept asking two other vloggers was, your OG followers, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, some of the stuff that they said, you're now starting to see. And so, as much as he may have acted like he was unbothered,
Are
oh,
you
he
referring
had
to
to.
this season or last season?
I'm talking about this season because he had two other vloggers on. One of them,
All of this season has been taped. So when he
it's
brought on,
but,
they've already taped the show.
but
And
what I'm saying is, I think that I think that maybe the direction that he was going to go, he said, production, let's go back and look at what we have.
okay,
Right.
And what we were gonna show, we're gonna have to change that up some.
okay,
Because
okay.
that's my
That
opinion.
would have cost some money to recut it, but I'm hearing you. I'm
You
hearing you.
notice he not saying
Diana.
Huh?
he's not saying that Love and Marriage Huntsville is the #1 show. He's not saying that, is he? Still saying that right now, is he?
He said it. Yeah, he said it
Yes,
Saturday.
he
Yep,
did.
he said it's
Oh,
Saturday.
okay.
Yep.
He said, "What is
Oh,
it like
okay.
being on the #1 show?" For sure.
Well, I know
Oh, okay.
on that recap, oh, what about the Huntsville hotties? And I said, I don't know who told you to come up with that moniker, but that is not gonna stick. And these millimeters are hot and heavy out here. You can never overdrive. Like, I think he was trying to create some other kind of movement
Uh
because
huh.
millimeters are just like we're passionate, and I think he's afraid that if she leaves, we gonna follow, which I am because I don't have no interest in nobody else. But
Me too.
I
I'm
think
gonna
that
be out too.
he was trying to push this Huntsville hotties. I was like, what are you talking about? Like new show? Because these folks married trying to get themselves together. But yeah, that's basically what I had, Diana. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Kiki. Thank
Diana, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think Carlos is behind Martel's new show? He gonna have on Martel the
Tell you something. This is hilarious. I did a video where I just talked about Destiny has something coming up. Someone came into my comments and dropped all kinds of stuff about Carlos King and Martel having something to do with this show. And I was like, I can't even talk about them because
yeah,
I
cause
didn't know.
yeah.
So number one, thank you for dropping the tea so I can look it up. But then when I went to the IMB, it didn't say that. It said it was two names, but it didn't have Carlos' name or the other one on it. That doesn't mean that it couldn't have been updated, but I didn't see it at all. So I'm still looking for that.
Yeah, I got a
I
title
ain't
for
watching
it.
it anyway.
No, babe, I got a title for it. Martel's Harem of Hoes. That's
Yeah.
all.
I don't have a.
Ain't nobody.
I'm still looking for it, but I know the story is out there. I know people are dropping it on every
Crazy.
platform like crazy. Like I said, it showed up in my comments twice to the point where I had to delete it because I
That's
was like,
Martel going
I
to
didn't
the
even talk
Starbucks.
about them in my
Dropping it.
comments. I never even spoke their name.
It's
But
Harem of Hoes, honey.
Ain't nobody watching that shit.
okay.
Me neither.
Yeah, but someone's saying that they said that he pitched a show. I was looking for his name on a credit. I didn't see his name as a credit as an executive producer or any financial backing. And I didn't see Carlos King's name either. And Carlos King right now, he has the other show coming up on Detroit. He's very big on promoting himself. I don't think he's going to keep silent about
Exactly.
his
I don't.
name.
Mm-hmm.
He
It's
can't
never
help
going to
himself.
happen. It's
I
never
think
going to happen.
it has something to
Kingdom
do.
Brain Entertainment. There was Kingdom Brain Entertainment
Yeah.
wasn't anywhere on it. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
didn't see it. The dear future husband is a name that's already out there. Yeah, so this is true. She has a podcast called that. Then there's a movie that I don't think she has anything to do with it. But she said that she's always wanted to do reality TV, and this is what this is about. It's about divorcees. And I don't even want to promote that woman's show, but
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know I
y'all
ain't watching
look it
it.
up. It's at
Yeah,
on
don't
the
do it. Don't do
IMBD,
it.
like all the things that's on the IMBD, and y'all can see the credits and the names and who's involved in it.
I
Okay.
guess Martel gonna be having his name like he was pushing that box in Destiny stuff. That's how he pushed that production.
Shall we about to see? Okay. Now I'm just looking, but I appreciate the juice. When y'all bring stuff over, when y'all be trying to be hasty and think you dogging me, keep it up because y'all be giving me information. I love it. I'm gonna
Okay, I
delete
got a
it and block
question.
you after.
I
But
got a question.
yes,
Did you see well, I seen it before I clicked on to you because I was late. But there's a blogger, I don't know who. Like I said, I'd seen it like shortly because I clicked on you.
okay.
Um but it's a blogger that's saying hotel.
Okay.
Allegedly married Belinda.
A blogger said that Martel married Belinda.
Yes,
Or
allegedly.
allegedly, is he going to marry her at the end of her new show? That's going to be like,
Oh, child.
Oh, so I don't know. You got a good point. They're clearly good friends.
No. You know what I think is
Belinda married.
Somebody
controversial?
is saying
That's
that
what I thought.
I think it's
Belinda's not married. She's
their
been
interest for
divorced twice. She's not married.
yeah, I think
Child,
that's
well, good luck to them. I
about
don't
to
care.
Okay, let's talk to Patricia because I got some people that's waiting to get on. But let's talk to Patricia right now. I'm so sorry for the wait, and then we'll get to Bad Apple. Then I see there was two people in the back, so I'll get to the people in the back. Okay. Oh, Patricia has dropped. Did Patricia still up here?
I'm here.
Oh, here you are. Okay, sis. Someone else dropped down. I think it was Kiki. She messed up my little rotation. Okay,
I'll drop down. I'll drop down.
you're fine. You're fine. Okay.
Okay.
Um, hi, Patricia.
Hello, Dana. How are you?
I'm good. So, what is
Hi, Kat. How are you all doing today?
Hello.
Hey.
Good.
sweaty
Hello.
Okay,
palms.
I'm gonna start in on the meeting that they had concerning
comeback
the
meeting?
comeback group. Yeah, Nell is not gonna participate, as we already know that she showed up, but she had an engagement that she had to be there to attend. That she was doing a concert. And the thing is that they need Mel in order for to make this be successful because Mel is a speaker and everyone knows her. And for as giving to the community, Mel always giving back to the community. She's always participating and doing things for the homeless, children, and donated money and some things she do that we don't even know of. But this is what she do.
Thank you, Essence
Um,
221. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Mel is a big proponent for helping the community for community service.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So when Marsau made that statement that being greedy, we already know who he's talking about, himself and Tisha. It's not concerned. It's not Mel. It's not Kimmy. And well, I can't speak for Maurice, but I definitely know Tisha and Marceau is definitely there for the money because of the name. And any time that you have any kind of commitment that you throwing a party or any kind of engagement and you use their name, the money is going to their business.
Mm-hmm.
LLC is going directly to them. Any money is left over. If they putting up 2,000, 3,000, whatever the amount might be,
Mm-hmm.
whatever is left is going to them.
They're
They don't know.
Yep,
Excuse me.
going in their pocket. That's literally what.
Right.
And they said that we would have said it, but as viewers, we would have said it. But Kimmy literally said, "Y'all got expenses here. There's no way you're going to take in this money and not put it toward your expenses. And if you're putting it toward the expenses,
Exactly.
you're pocketing everything else."
Being a business owner,
It seemed
I
like
know exactly where the money is going to end up at. And when you got, when you got an overhead, you're going to pay, which they are the overhead because everything is in black and everything's going to be in black. Even the name is in black. So all the checks, all of the money orders and etc. is coming directly to them.
okay.
Which if no one's there being accountable, being accounted, we don't know how much money that they are taking in, having different sponsors, which that Mel is the one that gave them that free advice. She gave them free because no one at the table know anything about having sponsors. So that's how that started. And of course, I don't know why Martell was there, but Martell was there just to see Mel because they not in communication with each other. They
Right.
got a person that dropped the kids off and picked the kids up. He's not even allowed at her house anymore. In case you all don't know, because she had filed papers on him that he was popping up at her house unannounced, and she had to do what she had to do. So therefore, that's the information there. Now, I don't mean to jump over, but this is in me that I've been trying to get out. But I knew Area and Martell was gonna pop up. Let me tell you what's going on here.
Okay, wait a minute. Give me some
There
background.
are
Hold on.
there are
Patricia,
legal action that's going on. Excuse me.
Patricia, you said you knew they were going to pop up. What are you referring to? What are you saying that you knew they
Pop
were?
up when Mel got ready to announce her name change. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
so what happened?
Arian appeared.
Okay.
Arian appeared. She didn't come out directly, but it was a point that she was making. It's not so much of seeing her, it's the point that she brought and the way that she brought it. I'm reading in between the lines. Allegedly, from her hairdo up, from her silk robe, I honestly believe because of what's going on behind the scenes, I believe Ariane and Martell have gotten married.
I just seen it.
And because of the legal thing that is going on, she cannot testify against her husband.
What?
Yep, that's what I'm hearing
This
too.
is what is going on. Don't worry about what you see. It's not what they saying. Because of the fact is, Martell had already spoken to us way before now that he's going to be married. What he say? Before or the end of this year. Yeah, he sings with other women. Yeah. But now that he knows there's a legal thing that's going on, and he has a lawyer, and his lawyer have put him in contact that there is serious problem is finna be in the water. And Mel gave us a point. You have to listen to Mel. She say, even though I don't say,
Mm-hmm.
but don't think that I'm not taking care of business. There is legal action is getting ready to hit the water. I told y'all about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I
And
believe
that's why I
so.
kind of like sit back
Yep.
and watch what's going to happen.
Okay.
Martell,
You said that last weekend when she had posted her invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I want you guys to know that legal action is taking place and I can't talk about it. So she
Mm-hmm.
absolutely has shared that. And I've been saying that to people like, we got to remember Melody is not a person who lays down and takes things. She's
Nope.
very smart. She knows how to handle her business. And the second she got confirmation, we should be paying attention to that. And we also shouldn't be asking people to not pay or not look or not report. There, the news period is social media. Social media and what we have going on is the news. Pay attention to this mofo. Keep eyes on it.
yeah,
Not look at what's going
Oh,
on so that we keep
exactly.
stories from
Diana,
the
Mm-hmm.
I'm
news.
sorry. So I'm so sorry. I just have to say this. So the deal was, I'm gonna marry you, so I won't testify, but you gotta have my son in public.
Listen, I
That
don't
don't have anything
know
to
it.
do with,
I didn't bring this theory up. This is what you guys are sharing with me.
Right. I'm
My
just saying,
opinion.
okay,
wouldn't that
that
kind
didn't
of
have
be
anything to do with bringing his son in public. It's everything is about to hurt Mel. He's trying to hurt Mel. He is not thinking. Martell is not intelligent enough to know the law. Martell is basically is trying to hurt his ex-wife. Okay, putting that child in front of just say the nation. It's not because he that I'm doing this because I love my son. I'm doing this because this is this and this is that. That is not the reason. He's doing that to spite Mel because of the factor is that's why one of the reasons he wanted not his other four kids on social media. But what he failed to realize is by law, if Mel really wants to put her kids back on social media, she can do it. Because of the simple fact is this is her business and her business is trying to give her kids a overhead, give them a leeway in their life as they growing up, that they have something to fall back on, whether she lives today or tomorrow, they will have something to fall back on. The same thing that happened to Kenya Moore and Mark Daly.
So
He did the same thing to try to stop Kenya from putting Brooklyn on TV. But she took him back to court to let him know this is her livelihood.
So
To,
this is what we're
to,
going to do. So what you're saying, Patricia, is absolutely accurate. So this is the two things that I want people to do right now, if somebody can, because listen, people look this up all the time. I never heard of this until right now when you brought it to the platform that he was actually married. But people can look up the marriage license. If this is accurate, they can look up the marriage license and see for sure if it is. And I will also say that. Again, whatever Melody has going on, I know she has a smart team around her. There's a lot of people. We saw at least 7 or 8 people sitting at the table with her. So she had a lot of people on her team, and she truly, I mean, before people can talk about it, but she usually come right out and tell you what she has going on when she can. So if those things are happening, she will share what is going to happen next eventually, because we all know she's been using the children to help with her business.
right.
Can I just say one thing? Even if they did allegedly, and in my opinion, do get married, because of not testifying against each other, it don't matter, because if something did have to go to court, they both did something that they'll have separate charges. So it don't matter.
No,
You
it
can
don't work
marry
like
if you
that.
want to.
A wife
Okay, but this
cannot testify against
No,
her
I'm not
husband.
saying
That's the
testify
right.
law.
against.
That's
No, I'm
right.
not saying testify against each other, but
Right.
allegedly, in my opinion, if Mel brought a case against Martel for the revenge P thing, and she brought a case against him, and then she brought a separate case against Coleslaw because of her involvement, because she attempted to threaten her with it on YouTube too a long time ago. That's 2 separate charges with 2 separate people. They don't have to testify against each other,
Right.
but they'll both have charges.
It was on Twitter, and those things came out. She made the comments on,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay,
it
but
basically.
I'm so sorry. Look, they got divorced some years back. Why do people still feel to believe that Melody really cares whether Martell have his other kid or not? You think she is still worried about that?
I
She
don't think
told
she care
people that
about
she
that,
not
but I
worried
Say
think
about that.
less.
I don't think that's what she would care about. I
That's
think
what
it
I'm
would just
saying.
be the
Whether he
fact
got
that
what right.
you took me to court to stop me from posting our kids, who I was trying to build an empire for, and then you go and post this kid. I think
Yeah,
that
that
would be
wasn't
the
to your
only
point.
issue.
That
Fear
wasn't
is
to your
fear.
point, LaDon.
Right is
That
right.
wasn't to your point. That was to
Oh, okay.
Patricia's point when she was saying that Martell puts the child out there to hurt Melody, to get at Melody. Melody really don't care about
She
none of that
don't
stuff no more.
care.
That's past tense for her. She don't care
She
about that.
don't care.
So whatever he want to do, he want to get married. He want to put 40 children out there.
Please.
Melody don't care. She on
You can
vacation.
care
She
less.
signing. She chilling. She don't care about none of that.
And even if Martell get married to her, whatever the case is, there are witnesses, allegedly, in my opinion. There are witnesses. So even if he marry her, if witnesses step forward and say that, like, for instance, Carson, for instance, who said on her live if she needed her to testify against Martell, she would do it. So even if you're married, you have someone that can testify against you, and they can pull phone records. As Carson said, her and Ariana had a telephone conversation. All of that can be pulled up. It's a federal crime. So all of that can be pulled up. So go ahead and
Exactly.
marry her. You still might end up in my opinion, allegedly in jail anyway, because all it takes is a couple of witnesses.
So let's see what
Besides that,
Bad Apple has to say.
But that, I'm
Y'all just
sorry.
blew my mind with the spousal immunity. I'm like, he actually would. You know what? Knowing Martell, that is the only thing that would get him to marry that girl. No other reason.
I'm on the other side of this. I'm not
Me
sure
too.
that actually happened.
Well, I'm gonna look up the marriage license.
Yeah, you can look up the marriage license. I don't think that happened because I
Me
agree
neither.
that those two actions would mean nothing. It's not one testifying against the other since both of their hands are dirty. It don't
Right.
matter at that point.
Mhm.
But stupid is what stupid does. So we
Mhm.
will see.
But Dana,
Right.
let me
But
say allegedly.
I don't watch the show anymore, so I don't really have a lot to say about the scenes because I just watch you and Chit Chat review the show because y'all are way more entertaining than the actual show.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about Tisha. She did the same thing that she did in Destin, asking Melody how she deals with her new normal. And to me, she is doing research. I
Mhm.
feel like she's trying to figure out,
Mm.
I feel like she's trying to figure out if she wants to go this route, if she wants to take the route that Melody has taken. Because to me, she's too curious about how to be a single mom and how to, thrive in your in the aftermath of your marriage, being you being separated from your spouse.
Mhm.
And I
Baby,
mean,
she's aware of what's going on with being separated from her husband and being into her own place because Tisha is just not coming off the truck. She know exactly, and she have seen. She have been in that type of environment, and she knows. The thing is, Tisha wants to be male. Tisha wants to have the things that Mel has, which Mel works hard for what she has. Tisha wants to sit back and criticize everybody that has more and to have more achievement than she do. Even Kiki, you know, it's just not in her to give a person a pat on the back saying, "Well done, I understand." It's not in her because she don't see that. Because
no, because she's
Marceau got her so
insecure.
blind that she can't see.
No, because
Tisha
she's
cannot see the
insecure. It's
forest
not
from the tree.
Marceau. Yeah, Marceau reinforces her insecurity, but she's been insecure
Yeah,
all her life thanks to her mama.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why she can't grasp the thought of leaving her marriage and being without a husband like Mel and thriving. See, the thing is, Mel laid the groundwork before she left her marriage. And
exactly.
so when she left her marriage, it might have been hard for her to continue, but she still had a place to land. She was able to land on her feet because she already had set the foundation for her to leave her marriage. And so
Man put a
I
dust
just
in the
feel,
road.
I just feel like Tisha is trying to pick Melody's brain on how to do it
Yeah.
because she really knows that she needs to do it. She just doesn't know how. And for whatever reason, she won't start going ahead and bossing up on her own like Mel did and laying the groundwork to leave her marriage. Because all the men on the show except for Lou are team narc. That's it, all of them. And they are making these women feel like it's their responsibility, like Kimmy, it's their responsibility to maintain the stability of the marriage. Like,
Tisha
Maurice,
don't
you
have the
can't,
tools for that though. Tisha don't have the tools to
but she
she don't
won't
have the
develop them
traits for that.
either. She could, but she won't develop them.
And
And
it's going to take a
and
minute for her to try too, because she's 40 something years old, 3 children. What Tisha's not going to connect until those kids leave the house.
Tisha is
yeah,
afraid of being alone. Tisha
she
ain't never been
is.
Tisha ain't never been alone. And then she got her mother in her ear, and we all know what one to have say. Put him out for a week, and then after he let him come on back in. That's not solving the problem to put him out and then let him come back in. Tisha is afraid of being alone, and Maso got her so convinced that she cannot make it on her own. And and she always talking about, well, I got degrees, I got this degree, I got this and I got that. Well, if you feel that confidence in your degree, why don't you step out on faith and do what you need to do as a grown woman? You don't need no man to make you. You gonna let him stand there, do what he want to do. When he feel like he through with you, totally through with you, he gonna leave you with those 3 kids, and he gonna be
Yeah.
gone, because that's what my soul working on.
So
That exactly, and that's what
listen,
narcissists do.
okay, and I'm gonna put you guys. I'm gonna ask you to put your mute on, because I'm gonna have that apple finish out, and then I got the other 2 ladies. And I'm gonna say one thing with Tisha that she's absolutely been honest on from the giddy up. She's already said that despite the fact that she's had some dreams for her life, that she went to college, that she wanted to do other things than be a housewife and have babies right away. She already said that it's a family that she came from, and that's what she was taught to do. All of the women in her family did exactly what she's doing now, and she is trying. Just being on this platform has, like, helped her get some information about how to break free. That isn't going to stop her from being jealous of Melody, from doing exactly what she probably dreamed about every night for years and years and years. It's just a matter of when is she going to get the courage to do it. She may never, but like Dr. Francis' wife told her when they went to that retreat, you remind me a lot of yourself, and you don't figure out what to do, what makes you happy right the hell now, you are going to be sitting around here looking crazy chasing after that man, because Marsau knows what he wants and what he's going to do, and whether he does it with you or without you, he going to do it, period. That's it.
True,
Right.
true.
And about, Melody with the group, I just saw a poignant saying yesterday on I was on Facebook and I came across this meme that said, when God delivers you from evil, don't keep in touch. And
That's a
I really feel like Mel is being forced to keep in touch by being on this show. So I have a couple questions though. I want to know, why do y'all think they keep cutting out Miss Van? And why do y'all think, aside from the content creators, why do y'all think people continue watching this trash show?
I don't necessarily think it's a trash though.
Well, Melody asks us to support, because they do help her with her income. So I'm going to support, even though I don't like some of the stuff that they have on there. I'm still going to support it. And as far as Miss Van, to be honest with you, if the kids ain't on there, let Miss Van go, because the last time Miss Van was on there, they really disrespected her, and I didn't like it. Right? So if
But
you
then
know,
why continue to film her? If you were filming scenes with this lady and that are supposed to be in the show, why do y'all keep cutting them out? That's all I want to
We don't even
know.
know which scenes they cut out yet. Now, I remember when Melody, and I don't know if you guys watched, sometimes I get to see some lives, sometimes I don't. But she did a live where somebody was asking, why wasn't your mother at the tea party? Did anybody remember that live where she said that? Someone asked her, why wasn't your mother at the tea party? And she said, my mother doesn't film everything with us because she lives far away. So Miss Van didn't move into the city with them, but she said she's not filming. She didn't film everything, but she didn't make it seem like a bad thing. I know she sent out the tweet, but she also said that there were some things that her mother wasn't able to do because it just was something she turned down. Miss Van herself said that there were scenes that she turned down. So I'm not sure what scenes she was supposed to be in for this season. And if y'all have more insight, y'all can talk about it. I don't know which scene she was supposed to be in for this season, though. I know she said that she filmed more at the birthday party, and she was very upset that they didn't get more of the family moments at the birthday party. But I don't remember what other scenes she talked about being a part of that she wasn't in. If you guys remember, y'all let me know. Because I remember her specifically saying that she did not film scenes with certain people that she thought were messy. And that was, she was making the choice not to do that.
Carlos thought that skating rinks, well, what it was at bowling for the kids' party, he thought that scene was going to blow up like that fight between Marsau and Maurice and Marital. He thought there was going to be a buzz like that. But nobody wasn't checking for Marital coming up in there like an angry rhino. Nobody wasn't checking for that.
Well, that's all I had. Thank you, ladies. I'm dropping back to the chat.
Okay, thanks, Bad Apple. Okay, well, did anybody else have anything to say? She specifically asked, why did people watch it, continue to watch this trash show? So people are watching the show. The thing for me that when y'all call it a trash show, y'all bounce from channel to channel to channel to listen to all the bad news. So if you listen to the bad news, of course they're going to keep the bad stuff on the show. That's what people are interested in. You're not listening to the good news.
I don't look at it as a trash show. I do get upset with certain things, and I do fast forward certain scenes when certain people grace their presence on the screen. I either get busy doing something, or when it's live, I can't fast forward it, but I will get myself busy. But I keep it on that channel because Mel she got credits on that show, you know. And
I've always, and I say this too, LaDon, just before we get to Maritha, I want to say this too. I've always liked the show because I like melody. I like
me exactly.
I don't necessarily think that what is happening on the show, like the interactions, the storylines that they bring, those aren't like unheard of storylines. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Bad mamas aren't an unheard of storyline. Overbearing mamas aren't a made up out there, this doesn't happen storyline. That's real life. Those mm-hmm. are real life storylines. It happens to be their real life. But Melody's story from the time she started in season 1 was her divorcing her husband. The things that we learned about Marital and all the trash that they didn't really bring to the show. I mean, like half of the garbage that we know about Coleslaw, they didn't bring all that mess to the show, but we stayed tuned. A lot of people on the internet, right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
So we stayed tuned to the garbage that was going on with Coleslaw on the internet, right?
Yes.
We stayed tuned to it. Anytime somebody, she went live and somebody posted it, people was watching. They wanted to see this girl do whatever she was doing, saying whatever she was saying, right or wrong. They didn't bring it to the show ever. Right. They let us know that it happened, especially after Marital got a baby. Had a baby, they let us know that girl existed and that there was a baby, but we never got that secondhand storyline that people are asking for with everybody else. Well, this stuff is happening, so we want to see it on the show, but we didn't get that on the show with Ariane, and we don't want it. All of us have said, all of it, and I've been a component. I don't want to see it. I don't either. I don't give a damn.
So you don't want to see the progression of little knots on your TV screen?
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And I don't mind saying it. I'm sorry, I'm clapping and acting crazy. But I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So the things that people are asking for, like, well, we want to see this second room where, people do certain things, and like that's almost the same thing. Like some of that stuff, you got to leave where it's at and do the storylines for the show. I don't know, how do you mingle this third room, and how do you mingle that in with everybody else? How do you make that? Because all of these stories have to tie in together some kind of way. They can't all be separate. We have all of these people on the show. They have to tie in some kind of way together. And I mean, that's a TV show. I don't care what you watch, whether it's movie, reality TV, or cartoon. These people have to come together in some kind of way. This is what they're showing us now of them trying to get back together. That's supposed to be their reality. How do we mend all of these broken friendships and partnerships, how do we mend that? Sometimes it ain't gonna get mended, but where from Melody's perspective, y'all are already friends, y'all are already family, y'all can eat together, sleep together, whatever the hell you do together. But for me, I've been on the outside and I'm cool with staying on the outside until I feel differently about who all of you people are. That may never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Never happen. And we will know when she's finished with this show, when she decides not to sign a new contract. That's how we'll know. She doesn't have to sign it, but she said to everybody, when God tells her to go is when she'll go. In other words, it's her decision, and she's not going to let anybody force her out of it. And I don't blame her. I
neither.
support that. I think that's about as honest as you can get. When God tells me that I need to leave this show is when I'll leave it, and there's nothing else you can make happen from there. That's it. Let her get there the way she got there with everything else. Sometimes when you try to force people out because you don't think it's a good idea, you mess up the blessings they're supposed to get on their journey, and that's what people misunderstand. You start taking other people's advice, all of a sudden your life turns to pot because you weren't supposed to do that. You might have felt strongly about something else. Follow your own instincts and do what you're supposed to do. That's all I have to say. I'm so sorry. Can we go to Maritha?
Good evening, everybody.
Hi,
Hey, Maritha.
Hi. You know, I was listening to you ladies, and I'm partially in agreement with everything. However, with the lady that said that Martell and Ariane is married, now we know from her character, if they were married, she would be turning flips and the whole world would know, unless he told her to be quiet. And okay, we know several times he's probably told her to be quiet, and it just ain't happened. So that part, I don't really understand what's going on with them two, and I really don't even try to understand what's going on with them. Maybe she got some money from somewhere and got 3 hairdos, and the one got her nails done, got a new outfit, or pulled one of those outfits of hers off the rack. Who knows? But we do know yesterday was Mel's name change, so she had to do something to try to get people talking about her, and I'm so glad content creators didn't talk about her yesterday, because yesterday I feel was a day for Mel. It was Mel's day. And with Martell, I noticed I made myself go back and watch the Queen Sheba interview with Martell, and Martell has some deep rooted issues that only a good therapist and God can take care of. Martell wants a woman to take care of him. Something happened in his childhood that he felt like he didn't get the protection that he needed, and you always hear him say he needs somebody to protect him. Mel didn't protect him. However, you didn't protect your wife. You went outside of your marriage. And then when you went outside of your marriage, you allowed this girl to come for your wife several times over. So where was the protection for Mel?
And Maritha, and I'm so sorry. First of all, I want to say I apologize to Golden, because I saw Maritha at the bottom, and I should have went to Golden next, but I'm going to let Maritha finish, and I'm going to go to Golden, then I Am Beans and DMV sister. But I want to say you are 100% right when I say to you that the stuff that we saw happening off screen with Cuckoo Cal and the stuff that was going on the show was 2 different worlds, to the point where this man got another woman pregnant, a woman that we were watching on social media, got her pregnant. And the only time they brought that information to the show was to say, you need to do a blood test. Remember?
Yeah.
That was garbage.
Like her. Garbage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
And as far as Tisha is concerned, Tisha's not going to go anywhere. Tisha is asking Mel questions because she is in awe of Mel. She's never seen anybody, she never seen any woman do the things that Mel is doing, and doing it as a single woman, doing it as a single parent, you know, because I feel like Marsau, he didn't start Tisha's insecurities. Tisha's mom did that. Tisha's mom started that when Tisha was a child. You know, see, some people equate love with buying you objects, buying you things. You know, never sitting down having a conversation with you about life, never having a conversation with you about finances, never having a conversation with you about, you know, anything in general. You know, this is how you allow a man, this is the way you allow a man to treat you. This is not the way you let a man treat you. See, Tisha is living what she saw. What she saw with her mom, what she saw with aunts, maybe cousins, you know, so she's living what she saw. And her mom done drilled in her head that Marsau is the best thing that ever happened to you. And then now Tisha, what Tisha don't like about Mel is the things that she don't like about herself. Because she sees something in Mel that she can't be what Mel is, because that's Mel's position.
It reminds her of her weaknesses.
Exactly. And that's Mel's position. Whatever God got for you, he's not going to give what he has for you to someone else. You can have as many degrees as a thermometer. And if you're not using those degrees, they're just good sitting on the desk or sitting on the wall. And that's what's going on. Because Tisha, come on, let's keep it real. Tisha is not a businesswoman. Because you do not get yourself, you know, I know you have hiccups in your businesses sometimes, but as a businesswoman who got all these degrees, you have to say sometime to your husband, babe, that's not a good idea that we keep getting all these loans, because at the end of the day, these loans are going to be called in. And, you know, we ain't got the finances to pay any of these loans back. We're not where we need to be financially right now. So trying to keep up with Mel assignment is not your assignment. Mel is a chess player. You are a checker player. You play checkers. She played chess. This woman sat down and strategized how she was going to get out of her marriage while she was trying to keep her marriage. But she was looking at, if it don't work, this is what I got to do. This is what I'm going to do. And as soon as God give me the go ahead, I'm up out of here. And so when God said go, she left. She went. She was gone. And the thing about Mel is the type of person, when she is thrown, an obstacle comes in the way, or like people like to say, well, when lemons are thrown at her, she don't duck them, she catch them and make lemonade, lemon pound cake, a lemon meringue pie. She makes something out of it. You know, you could shade Mel, and what Mel gonna do? She gonna have a 30% sale off of what you said. She gonna make money. And see, Tisha don't have that type of mind. Tisha is a materialistic person. And see, when you are a millionaire, I don't hear Bill Gates. I don't hear, none of these rich people talking about how rich they are.
Honey, they talk about it. They just don't talk about it in front of us. Okay.
Maybe not.
I've been around some rich people. They buy and sell people, and they buying and selling us. They talk about it all the time. They just don't talk about it on a TV show. Okay.
But they don't do. They did it behind.
We give them too much credit, like they're fancy or special. Those people are just as ghetto as anybody else, and I know this for a fact. We'll talk about it in our members only, because I know for a fact how horrible those people are. Okay,
but what I'm saying is, every word come out of their mouth is someone saying, well, I got this. Well, I'm a millionaire. You know, they don't do it in the public. They do it behind closed doors, and they feel like they can say what they want to say about us behind closed doors, and they do. And you know, we got to be stupid to think that they don't. And with I say this, and I'm going to continue to say it until he showed me. Well, you know, till I see something different, because none of us know these people personally, but his ways show me that Marsau don't like his wife. He don't like her. He don't like talking to her. He don't like being around her, because when a man love a woman, he don't talk to her. He don't talk down to her. He don't belittle her. He do not throw her under the bus. He don't do the things. He don't say, well, I'm going to stay in the house that we remodeling, me and my son. We're going to stay here. You and the girl stay here. No, they don't. A man don't do that. This man don't want to be with Tisha, and Tisha do not see that. Tisha is almost like Tiffany, afraid to be alone. Don't have the faith enough in herself to feel as if I got all these degrees, I could do what I want to do. I could be what I want to be. She don't have enough confidence in herself to believe that she can do what it is that she wanted to do, what she wanted to do. She rushed into a marriage. She rushed into having babies. She got degrees. How you get degrees and you say you're a boss and you get put out of your own company?
You're right, Marisa. That's true, girl. What do you have to say about any of the scenes on the show? Did you watch the show, or you want to talk about that?
I did, and you know, I am so, you know, and I noticed Mel when she was talking to them with the Black Expo, aka comeback group. When she said, and Tisha, you came out like a little bulldog. She didn't even say a grown-up adult bulldog. So that just let me know you're a little chihuahua trying to play with the big dogs, and you know you just can't do it.
That was a great line. That was a great line.
You don't have that in you. And then when they were sitting at lunch, Mel done told them, look, all of this is too fresh for me. You know, when I told y'all, this is what I'm saying in my mind. When I told y'all on that stage at the reunion that I would never, in any language, never mean it ain't gonna happen no more. You're not gonna use me. You're not gonna use my followers. You know, because I know if I come, they are going to come. And that's the whole thing. That's what they wanted. Because they kept on, Maurice was saying, well, if Mel don't do it, then they was basically saying, what's the use? And that's what was irritating Marsau. Now, we know Maurice and Marital ain't got nothing, because he going to do a GoFundMe page for them $100,000 he need to get their suit line started. And then when Tisha and Mel was sitting, and everybody want to know this woman business, she done already told you she ain't telling y'all who her man is. She ain't telling nobody. The people who know who he is are the people that need to know who he is. And then what got me with Tisha, I don't like when people do things and then turn around and act like they ain't never did things or never said anything. You done call this lady a cold-hearted, black-hearted, you evil wolf, sheep and wolf clothing and all that kind of stuff. And now you see, that's why people, and it's a true saying, do not burn the bridges that you cross, because you don't know when you got to go back across that same bridge. You done said all that, and Mel done told you, Mel love a good meal. She gonna eat. She gonna eat. And Mel was eating and was not even listening to this woman, because Mel done said in her mind, girl, I done told you, we ain't gonna be together. We ain't gonna do nothing together but this show. That's all we doing together. But you know, all in all, the show, I don't know if y'all talked about Stormy and her mom, that situation, you know, but it's like at some point this show gotta end. Yes. And I'm not saying cancel the show, you know, and when it's time for Mel to leave that show, Mel is going to leave that show on her own will. And at the time she feel like it's time for her to go. Not when we say you need to leave that show or that show need to be canceled. None of that's going to happen till it's time for it to happen.
The one thing Mel has been consistent in saying to everybody over and over and over and over and over again is y'all don't know everything, period. And she will make moves on her moves. And that's okay. That's okay. If we've learned nothing else, people tell you all the time, you ain't supposed to show your whole hand. You're supposed to show your whole hand. And if you've learned nothing else, and I said this from first episode that I ever reviewed, this show is the art of war. It's the art of war. And if you are the type of person who got to be super emotional when you talk and all of those things, you can watch the growth in some of them, not everybody, and learn how to pull back, listen with your ears, and talk when you need to talk. And sometimes you might just have to hold on to some information until something comes out, because that happens too. And we don't always give ourselves a chance to do that. Sometimes we got to keep it real to the point of where we shoot our own selves in the foot. And that ain't always the way to go either. Sometimes you got to pull back, let some shit happen, and then say, okay, now I'm going to wait for this bastard to do what he always does. And then when he does, I will be vindicated. That's good too. Think about how to play your part. Think about how to play the chess piece. Since everybody's saying it's chess, not checkers, play the chess piece. And that's it. And this show has done this in a way that no other show on television, in my opinion, has done it. In reality TV, in my opinion. But y'all can let me know, except for maybe Portia. I'm going to say Portia, that I didn't see when she first came on this show, when she first got on Real RHOA. That's the only person that I thought was like, okay, this girl has changed her entire game from the beginning to the end.
Yes, she did that now.
Now,
she sure
you may
did.
not like how it happened, but she damn sure changed it. She came on as this little dumb Barbie doll, and literally because she played dumb, she did. She played dumb, and she might have been real dumb about some things, but she let people call her dumb and think she was dumb until she dumped her ass all the way into getting what she wanted. So it's just how you choose to look at it. That's all. Sometimes. Okay, Miss Golden, what's your thoughts on everything? Did you watch the show?
I did watch the show.
Okay, what's your thoughts on the show, child?
Well, before I get on Tisha's
Okay.
dumbass, I want to
Okay.
just talk about the scene with Courtney and Marsau when he came to ask Marsau about firing family. That was a really awkward scene because I just couldn't quite understand where the relationship between the two. So it was kind of really forced. But what I picked up on was Marsau saying that he fired Maurice when Maurice got married at 23. So if
23,
Maurice
I
is
saw
older
that.
than you, yes, if Maurice is older than you,
Mhm.
what business did you have that you could hire and fire people? I'm just trying to put all their lives together.
Does
The
anyone
math
know
never
the
math.
age difference between Maurice and Marceau? If anyone knows the age difference between Maurice and Marceau,
I think Maurice is the baby boy.
No,
Maurice
no,
is
no.
the oldest.
He's the
He's,
oldest?
he's
He's the
if he's
oldest
not
of
the oldest, he's definitely older than Marceau.
older than Marceau. Marceau is the young
Ooh,
is
that
the
was a good eye,
Marceau
Golden.
look
Ooh, that was
old. He
good.
look older than
Marcel did.
Maurice.
first season,
Yes.
first episode. They literally say Maurice is the older brother, Marceau, but he acts like the younger brother, and,
Hmm.
and Marceau
Yes.
is definitely the younger.
Ooh, call them lies
Wow.
out, baby.
I just don't
Oh,
understand. Like,
wow.
Look,
where did this
Golden,
come from?
Golden
Is
with the
huh?
I said,
Uh,
Golden broke some news. I didn't even think about that, child. Yes, you said it. What business did you have where you had to fire this man before he got married? Because I would think there's at least like a 2 to 3 year age
3
difference.
years? Yes. That's what I
Well,
was thinking.
maybe
I
he was
just don't.
working at the movie theater and he, cause
He was in his big
Oh,
grown
he
Hmm.
could have
age,
been a
Miss Marisa, when
supervisor.
he
He could
got
have been a
fired from the movie
supervisor.
theater.
Yeah, he
You
could have
think
been a supervisor at the movie theater.
he said he was stressing me out on what 23-year-old gets married, which means that your ass would have been 17, right? Or something. 23, that would have made him
Something.
20, right? Marcel ain't no manager or supervisor at no 20. Hmm.
He wasn't.
Well,
He wasn't
but you know he
anything
was
because
in a
he'd been.
fraternity, so they got a lot of pull now.
All right. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Golden and just released some information that we never even heard. I didn't even think about, child. I was doing my little review at 2 a.m. and I was like, where does this come from? I started laughing when I heard him say it, but I didn't even think about it. It was even funnier than that.
He didn't even. I don't know. I think sometimes they just say stuff and then like they think we're not paying attention, but yeah, they done as rocks.
It's
Let me get on Tisha, please. This child, she is emotionally stunted. Like her growth is, she is a child in a, mommy makeover body. And I appreciate Letitia's mommy maker. Don't think I'm body shaming. Please don't go there with me. But she is emotionally stunted. I'm not quite sure. I know that she has a lot of insecurities about, being poor and being brown skinned and all of this, but it's more than that because this let Marceau lead, even if he wrong, he gonna lead her right into the very depths of hell because he do not know what he's doing. I don't find him to be a good husband. I don't find him to be a protector. He doesn't protect Tisha. At this point, Tisha would not leave Marceau because she has protested for 6 seasons about how nothing bad has ever happened in her marriage. She even told Mel that Marceau never even lied to her. Girl, come on.
Mm.
And so, like, with she was like, she's like a child running a meeting. That meeting, like, I don't know how long it lasted, but it had to be at least 4 hours for them to be splitting it up into 3 episodes. That meeting had to be just. I've been in meetings where I text like my favorite person in the meeting, and we're texting each other, rolling eyes and stuff like that because we have to maintain our composure. But Tisha does not know how to maintain her composure. She's too emotional. She's
mm-hmm.
way too emotional. And Marceau, why would oh Jesus, I'm sorry. Let me catch my breath.
It's okay, baby.
Marceau,
Take your time.
Marceau and Tisha trying to play off each other in that meeting was ridiculous because both of them were slightly taking shots at Mel. Marceau with a bigger cannon because if you don't remember, he was like they asked if she could do it, if she could do it via FaceTime or whatever. Oh, 45 and 43. So
Mm-hmm.
whether or not they could do it FaceTime electronically. And Marceau was like, oh yeah, I'm sure you got something booked. Yeah, she got something booked. She is booked and busy. It don't take Mel 7 months to put a wall up in a house. It don't take Mel that long to do that. That's why she was always coming from them in the past. If y'all see the little live that Tisha did going to the house that they renovating to make up
Mm-hmm.
for the fact that was to make up for the fact that her and Marceau, that she had that argument with Marceau about him and MJ having a bachelor pad. So now she's coming over to the house to show us all how she's so happy with all these things that have been done, and he is there day and night, and he's making this happen. Now, wasn't this show filmed in like the fall of last year, maybe?
It finished filming. I believe it wrapped filming in March of this year.
Of this year. Okay, so if it wrapped filming this year, I'm just trying to put
The first
together
episode
the
was in April.
timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first episode was April, like April 8th or
Yeah,
something.
probably. Oh,
And I
I
think
missed you. What did you say?
I said I believe the first episode was like April 8th of this year, and I think they finished filming in March of this year.
I'm trying to run a timeline because I'm just like, so how long has it been that they've been renovating this old house? Because if we're looking at stuff and
Oh,
that happened in the past, and now she's doing a live yesterday. I think it was Kit Chat that posted that live. I watched that. That was very, very, very interesting because I feel like she was saving face from yesterday's episode.
right.
Now I'm all happy. He's doing a good
That's what they
job.
do.
Hmm. It just makes you wonder how long the renovations have been going on.
That
Yeah.
remind
Just
me
a
of the
thought.
time. That remind me of the time Destiny came on the internet crying. Remember that? Trying to save
Mm-hmm.
face from that
Trying to
episode.
save face, trying to save face. But I don't think that, I don't really care for Tisha. I don't like her because of how she is with Mel. But I will say this: I don't think that she understands that as a black woman, I would like to see her win. I would like to see her win. But if she can't get out of her own way and she don't see that there were certain people who would have helped her, who would have guided her, who could have put her in the position where she wants to be, where she's not having to depend on Marceau, I kind of think right now it's kind of lost. She's got to come into that on her own. I can't, I'm like Tyra. I was rooting for you. I can't root for her. I'm like,
But once again,
I,
Tisha don't have the tools. Nobody instilled those type of tools for her to even feel like she can do that on her own. She is very dependent, codependent for sure.
I'm gonna ask you something, Miss Maritha, because that just made me think about something. So,
That
like
was
when you say that that she wasn't instilled with the tools, I'm of the mindset that every generation tries to do better than the last generation. So, my mom, for instance, didn't even teach me how to use a checkbook. So, like, do we grow? Do we try to do better? Or do we continue to stay stuck in a spot because of where we came from? I understand that, I don't like Miss Wanda. I feel like she's a horrible person. She is. She is truly a horrible person. I don't find any redeeming qualities in her whatsoever. And that's a really horrible thing to say, but it's the way I feel. God already heard it in my head. So there it is.
But when
But
you talk about, I'm sorry, but when you're talking about writing a checkbook compared to Tisha's emotional state and how she internalized stuff and then go forward with dealing with stuff, that's two different lanes.
no, no, no. I know that was a very, very minute example. It was a
Okay.
small example, but I'm just like using it as an example. I like she's emotionally stunted because
Hmm.
definitely I feel like it's her insecurities. She needs somebody to boost her up.
That should
And
have
I'm
been
just
her
saying that
husband after her mama didn't do it. It
right.
should have been her husband, but he took advantage of her and kept her where she was at.
Tisha was in Texas though
But you know,
during the
my
whole
thing is,
internship.
but you know, my thing is, if your mom didn't do that for you, growing up, in generations past, maybe they couldn't do that for you, or they didn't have the tools to do it, or not knowing how to do that. At some point, you have to stop relying on people to encourage you. So most times you have to encourage yourself. If your
I
mom
agree.
didn't
But
do that for
however,
you,
I
you
agree,
have
but
to learn how
however,
to do it for your
we are supposed to
you have to
encourage
learn how
each other.
We're supposed to encourage
exactly.
each
And
other, and I think that she was getting that from. I thought
But
she was
usher
getting
in
from Mel.
Kiki. Let's not forget
Right.
Kiki was a part of her
Yes.
life too, who tried to help her. But at that time, Wanda had instilled in Tisha's head so hard that they was competing against each other. Kiki couldn't reach her.
Right. I completely agree. And I think really, Miss Maritha, we're saying the same thing just in different ways. You just said that,
you know,
it was up
yeah,
to her if her mom and her grandmother didn't have the tools. That's the point I'm making. I use writing checks as an example, but I wasn't taught how to balance a checkbook or
Right.
anything like that. But there are things that I built on what my mom and my grandmother and all the other strong women in my family, what they didn't do, what they did teach us to do was what I couldn't do, I want you to go out and do. And
Mhm.
I don't
exactly.
I
So
feel
you
like
Yeah.
saying you had people like that around you? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying that there were tools that they couldn't teach me that I had to learn from someone else.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes,
And can
I
I
Okay.
had
just
the
add?
encouragement.
Can I add the icing on the cake?
Okay.
Not only um, did Wanda fail Tisha growing up, she's still failing her because she's still in her ear, actively still, like,
With the BS.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like she got to get away from that to even clear it up. You
But
know what
who
I
else she
mean?
gonna go to? Her dad? No. Who? Her aunts? No. Who else?
she'll
Wanda
figure it
has
out. Here's
attached.
the thing. Here's the thing with everybody, and I agree with Golden. It doesn't matter how you grew up. There's something
Mm-mm.
inside of you that lets you know
Yeah.
how to move. And Tisha has to figure that out for herself. She
Hmm.
either knows it and she's not doing anything because she's too afraid to,
Hmm.
or or she just isn't there. She just isn't there yet, and that's hers to figure out. But we're just gonna move on past Tisha just to make sure. I have two other people on the live. I am Beans, DMV sister. What time is it? We're running real late because we came on at 8:30, so I think we've been on for about 3 hours. But I'm gonna have I am Beans and DMV sisters talk, and then we'll have to pick this up tomorrow, you guys, if you'd like to do that, just so that we can keep people on their bedtime in case they got to go to work. Okay.
I'm gonna drop down, Diana. Y'all have
Yeah,
a
me
good
too.
night.
I'm gonna drop down too. Diana,
Okay.
thanks for
I'm
letting me
going
up.
to the chat,
Bye,
baby.
ladies.
I
Good
appreciate
night.
everybody who came up. Thank y'all so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to
Good
drop it.
night,
Y'all
y'all.
have a happy Juneteenth tomorrow. Be safe. There's no work here where I live, so.
Okay. I love y'all. Thank you. Okay. I am Beans.
Hi, I am business. How are you?
I am
I am
business.
business.
Child, thank you for correcting me. Hold on, let me take this off the screen so I can. I was reading it from a different. It's I am
I,
business.
I mean
I
business.
mean business. Okay, I'll get it right. I mean
Okay.
business. This is your first time up because I would have remembered to say your name.
Correct. Okay.
I mean business. Okay, sorry about that. Do you want to talk about the show?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be really quick, and I'm really late, so forgive me if you guys have already discussed some of this stuff. But first of all, Stormy's mother, that lady looks so demonic. I was looking at Stormy. She's always burning sage. I'm like, you're gonna need something stronger for that demon. You need some black salt or some some tobacco smokers. I don't know what she needs, but that sage ain't doing it for that demon. That woman is possessed. I don't know what's wrong with her. But I
Okay.
had a question. There was another content creator that seems to think that maybe Martell and Ariana got married this weekend. Have you all discussed that?
So I just got a message on my phone that said that they were that she is a bridesmaid, not a bride, and that there's more pictures that has come out. So someone said there's more pictures. I actually saw it in the chat too. That there's more pictures that she and the picture of Martell was of him in his whatever that thing he had a couple of weeks ago with his fashion show. So that's what people are saying. They're saying that it's not accurate. So people sending stuff to me.
Because I was gonna say I know she'll take anything she could get if he were to do that. But he would have been a bigger fool if he would have tried to pull that stunt. So I'm glad to know he had a little sense, I guess. But that's all I want. I'm gonna drop down. Thank you, y'all.
Thank you. Hey, Miss Golden, you had left a message for me in the chat, and I want you to know that I see it and I appreciate it. Okay. You had left a private message. She's not up here anymore, maybe. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't find the mute button. But thank you. Yes, I'm gonna send you that. Okay. All
I
right.
appreciate
Good night, y'all.
you. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, and then last is DMV sister. Welcome back, honey. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me again. I'm Sakithia Wilder on the stream. For some reason, it's giving my stream name now.
Okay.
But thank you for letting me up again. All right, three quick points. I'm not going to hold you long.
Okay.
Far as how they're trying to use mail, I think that's really ridiculous. I mean, they literally playing right in the girl's face like she don't know what they're doing. And I'm so glad that she's smart enough to pick up on it and don't fall. I don't even want her to give her no suggestions. They have used this girl, messed over this girl so much. She should have no words. And I know we should forgive and we should forgive, but that don't mean that we gotta be fools either.
Doesn't mean we gotta be a fool, child. Speak it.
Yes. And my next point was about Marcel and Maurice.
Marsau and Maurice?
Yeah, I believe they playing together. Maurice was trying to play into Mel to try to pull her in to agree. He already in for it. He just was trying to make Mel feel comfortable
Well, he had
to
had
try
that
to pull her
prior
in.
to, right? With he had the meeting with Marsau saying that he basically agreed we shouldn't get paid.
Right,
Let's do this, and then he just kind of flipped the script at the meeting. Yep.
right, exactly. And last but not least, Miss Coleslaw. I believe that they have silenced her for the moment. Probably had her to apologize to KC. I mean CK. I'm sorry, CK, and told her to be quiet and watch what she posts.
Okay.
And then they're gonna pull her in to the show. That's what I believe.
Mm-mm.
I don't want.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. Mel ain't having it. She's on right on that. I mean, she ain't having it. They
I
know.
know, but I think this is gonna be it for Mel. I would rather see Mel. I would pray that Mel would get her own show. She got us as supporters. She can go get her own show. She know people now.
I don't
But
mind her getting
I
her
feel
own
like this
show,
is I feel like
but
this is her. I feel like this is gonna be her last season.
okay. Well, it could be her last season, but I don't believe. I know one thing. If I created something, I don't care how fool people act. I'll be damned if you run me out my own stuff. You're gonna be uncomfortable every time I step in the
Yeah, I
place.
feel like that too.
You gonna run off before me.
I feel like that too. But
Mel's
I also feel
strong.
like God
Mel is
have even
strong.
bigger things for Melanie.
He
That's gonna
does,
really,
but he
really make
equips
her
her.
shine.
I agree, but God also stands with her through this. He
Yeah,
equips
yeah,
her.
yes, he
She
does.
is so
With
strong.
her
She's
and
eating
every other
them
one of
up.
us that have gone through this. Yes, he does. Equip us all.
And she is eating them up just as cute and classy. She eating them
Yes,
up.
he
They
is.
begging her
I'm gonna
on that
tell you.
screen.
I'm gonna tell you what's hilarious to me right now for this season. Every time Melody's in the scene, she takes her designer bag and she makes sure she puts it right in front. And
Yes, yes,
I'm like, not the
yes.
Gucci, not whatever she's wearing, not the Prada. Like literally, she puts her bag in your face.
Real cute with it.
Absolutely.
Real
She
cute
gets
with
to
it.
say no to them on the screen. She's shutting them. She's doing what she's supposed to do. She knows the assignment. They need to run off before her. That's her stuff. How you gonna run me out my own house? I don't think so. You be uncomfortable because I ain't going nowhere.
Yes, last night it
Yeah.
was Gucci. Child, the way she put that Gucci in front of her, and I was like, what is going on with the purse? That stuff was hilarious. I'm telling you. That
Mm-hmm.
cracked me up. But yes, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, and
Mm-hmm.
I also the way I have come to understand what Melody is doing is I realize there's things that I think, and then she will literally it'll play out exactly like that on the screen, and I'm like, Melody is super smart. She was
Mm-hmm.
always been super smart, running circles around these people. Before she was
Mhm.
going back and forth with them, where she was trying to get them to understand her position. Now she's not. She don't care about them understanding her position.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's going to say
Mhm.
what she needs to say, and you can like it or you don't have to like it.
That's right.
Yep.
And
That's
that's
right.
what's important.
She teaches me so much, and I'm so much older than her, but she teaches me a lot.
She
Yeah.
teaches a lot of people a lot. When you know
Yeah.
what's for you,
Mhm.
you never have to be swayed by anybody else. When Marceau was sitting around acting like he was so passionate, anybody who does this, it's for greed. And she was like, you ain't gonna tell me. You're
Oh, when Tisha, at the dinner
Marceau
with,
when Marceau told Melody that if she wants a fee, it's for greed.
yeah.
This is about the community. She said, you're not going to tell me that I'm being greedy because I'm charging for it. And not only that, just to remind all you assholes, y'all didn't even think about sponsorship. I gave you that idea.
Right.
That's the
Exactly.
stuff that if you get too emotional, you don't remember to say. And
Yes.
so if you slow yourself down just a minute, you can see the tricks that people try to put on you. And
Right.
that's how you put it back in their face.
Because he was definitely trying to manipulate.
It was definitely manipulation.
Yeah.
How do I feel? Well, bitch, oops, sorry, y'all.
We ain't in members only tonight.
I don't care how you feel. First off, you are absolutely using my idea for your own reasons, which shows your greed. But
Right.
if you were serious about wanting us to participate, if you were serious about wanting me to participate, then you would have taken the sponsorship idea and you would have paid us out. Period.
Right.
Especially since you're saying you're going to pay others. So it's BS. So that is what we If you want to watch business, that is business.
Business.
Deals happen all the time. I
Yep.
worked in politics for 9 years, and baby, when I tell you that is the dirtiest, grimiest job you
Cutthroat.
want to have, the
Huh.
things people would do to each other, say to each other, I mean, literally, it didn't matter. I know those people need a grocery store, but I'll be damned if I put my grocery store over there. There's a bunch of animals that live in there.
Oh.
It was that type of thing, and they'd say it in closed doors. But and then these are people. These are people who used to say, "Let me check out your Rolex." That's what I'm saying. We need to stop putting these cutesy little things on the millionaires. The millionaires is just as dirty dog dirty as everybody else. Okay, they just do it in spaces that you're not.
Privy to.
Privy to,
That's
yep.
but they call you animals. They call us all kinds of stuff, and they'll take things away from people, and I don't give a damn. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. That's it. I just want us to let's talk about us without saying
Do better.
they're watching, because they're watching. They are just as doggish as anybody you think you're dealing with in real life. They are more doggish because they got the money to move the pieces on the board. That's it.
Can I just say one more thing about Tisha? And that's it. When she tried to manipulate Mel at that lunch when she kept saying, "Well, I thought we could do this to give back to the community." Stop. Mel been giving back to the community.
Right.
Mel been doing this. No, y'all need to go back and give back to the community. Mel been giving back for years, and y'all haven't supported. So therefore, don't try to play no guilt trip on somebody who's actively doing it, been doing it, always did it.
Right. You're right. I said that in my review too. I was like, don't threaten her or try to say, hey, this for the community. You have no idea what this woman's doing for the community. Worry about what your own giving is. Worry about that. But yeah, I agree
And
with
that's all because they knew that they couldn't do it on a big scale without Melanie. That was one of their manipulations, trying to use her.
you. Right, right. You're probably listen, I agree with you. But we're gonna end it here, y'all. This has been an amazing chat as always. I love when you guys come up, talk to me. I love hearing everybody's perspective about things. Hopefully we all learned something new. Okay, Golden dropped some gems that I did not hear before. You all actually dropped gems that I had not heard, some things I had not heard. And it really does expand your mind and make you think about things, okay? Process things better. So I love that. Kevin Moore said, people are people, good, bad, and indifferent. Facts, sir. I appreciate that. So, anyways, y'all, I'm gonna have you
All right.
drop down, and then we'll go live
Diana, did
tomorrow.
you accept my friend request on Facebook? I did the questions.
I hope I did. What's your
Well,
What's your name on Facebook?
no, not was it Facebook? Yeah, LaDon Calhoun.
Okay,
Or it might have even been Instagram.
Instagram. If you
I'm
are on
learning.
Instagram, you definitely got accepted. But if you
No,
did,
it's Facebook.
it's Facebook. Did it
Hmm.
say that you rejected?
No, it didn't say rejected. It had me answer, check that box off or whatever.
Okay, LaDon, I'm gonna tell you what you do. If you see anything that says you're rejected, just send me another message, or you can send me a message, a private message, and I'll connect you. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow, Diana.
See you
Good
tomorrow.
night. Everybody have a wonderful
Bye.
evening.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night. Have a wonderful tomorrow. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye. Okay, so all I want to tell you guys is what I tell you all the time. I appreciate everybody who spent their Sunday night with me on, Father's Day. Hopefully, you guys got to spend some time with family that you love, and or had some good memories about family that you love. Okay. Outside of that, thank you to all of my moderators for helping keep this chat rolling tonight. Also, thank you to everyone who blessed the channel, became a member, or donated. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are like the best. Okay. I love having conversations with you guys. And I'm not just saying that either. I'm like super humble. Every time I see y'all city and state or whatever country you come from roll up on that screen, it really does humble me to know that so many of you are willing to sit with me, spend time with me, talk to me about this show and any other thing that we talk about, okay? So I'm definitely going to see you tomorrow, probably a little earlier in the morning, and then I might talk to you a little bit later in the afternoon too. It just depends on what happens. But outside of that, you guys, please hit that like, subscribe, and your notification bell on your way out, okay? Because, I want to continue to talk to you, and that is how we do this on this channel on YouTube. But either way, I will see you all on the next one.